following is a presentation of Paola Sports Live. It's time for Panther Sports. On your new home for Paola High School Athletics, Paola Sports Live. Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more at GoBrawley.com. Also by Elliott Group. Hers Incorporated. Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. And Miami County Dance Movement. This is Paola Athletics. On your new home for the Panthers, Paola Sports Live.
And good Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the weekend, and welcome, can you believe it, to week number 10 of the high school football season here in the great state of Kansas as we are into playoff football regional championships on the line here in Class 4A. As the number one ranked team in Class 4A, the Paola Panthers at 8-0, welcome in the St. James Academy Thunder at 4-4. Don't let that record fool you. St. James Academy deserves to be here, and every bit will give the test that the Panthers have been building towards all season long. Of course, Paola coming off a 49-6 win over Lewisburg 2 weeks ago. Of course, last week they did not have a ball game because of a forfeit by Ottawa due to COVID-19 and quarantine. And so they had a week to prepare for this team in St. James Academy, and they will use that time, hopefully good, because they'll need it in a high-flying type of offense that the Thunder do bring. Offensively, against Lewisburg, Paola had 404 yards of offense in that game with 393 coming on the ground. So not much through the air. That'll be very opposite of what their opponent will have tonight. On 43 carries, junior running back Javani Blackie, his second straight 200-yard game, also his second straight game with 3 touchdowns. He has really turned it on late and is playing very good football. They will need a good effort from him. Garrett Williams, 14 carries, 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. Passing game, not much to speak of, 2 for 9 for 10 yards. Fletcher Audie also had 9 carries and 2 touchdowns in that ball game. St. James Academy, I mentioned 4-4, 0-3 in the Eastern Kansas League. If you don't know, that's probably one of the best conferences in the state of Kansas. They play pretty high-level football in the EKL, and St. James Academy is working their way into that level of football. They beat Lewisburg last week 41-19 on the road. They never trailed in that ball game, and we got a chance to see that high-flying offense where, led by senior quarterback Dakota Burrett, averages 234 yards a game passing, has 18 scores through the year as well, nearly 60% completion. He is the real deal. He throws a darn good ball. Coach Dumper talks about that in just a little bit. And they, Lightning and Thunder on the ground, they lean on senior running back LaJames White, transferred in from Kansas City Piper this year because of uncertainty at that school district. 839 yards on 130 carries coming into this ball game, 6.5 a carry. That's pretty darn good. 12 touchdowns on the season as well. He can catch it out of the backfield. Watch that tonight. 29 catches for 536 yards and 6 scores for LaJames White out of the backfield. That's the way things look from here right now. Obviously going to work things out here in just a little bit. I fully expect an entertaining and competitive ball game here tonight. We talk with Coach Dumper in just a little bit. The pregame show is brought to you by Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics, where they are committed to providing quality health care for families in Miami County. A comprehensive approach to oral care. Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. Learn more at ironhorsedental.com or drlaurasortho.com. And of course, Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Experience a new kind of internet with Go Brawley. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit gobrawley.com. We talk with Coach Dumper next when we continue on the Iron Horse Dental Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show on Paola Sports Live.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley, it just works.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Welcome back to the Iron Horse Dental, Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show here on Paola Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we get set for this playoff matchup between the Paola Panthers and the St. James Academy Thunder. Getting ready to talk to the head football coach of the Panthers, Mike Dumpert. Coach, it's hard to remember all the way back 2 weeks ago, but didn't have a game last week. We go back 2 weeks to that Lewisburg game, just briefly kind of recapping that one. It was a rivalry matchup. You talked about that and throw out the records and everything, but ultimately you guys are just more than they could handle. And they tried some different stuff at you. First of all, how surprised were you by their approach to you guys in coming out in that ball game?
Very surprised with what they did offensively.
Yeah.
And, if their goal was to surprise us, they did, because hadn't seen that stuff all year. But our kids responded well. Luckily, by game 8 of the season, there's very few things you haven't seen at one point of the time of the year. And we just had to go back and remember a couple things and a slight adjustment defensively. But our kids were really locked in, ready to play. Our line, both sides of the ball, played really, really well.
Walk me through that just a little bit. It was obvious they were trying to do something differently, but are your guys, astute enough to recognize that and kind of start to make those adjustments on their own, or do they rely on you guys to put them in those positions, or is it kind of a collaboration?
They're pretty astute. This is a very senior-oriented team.
Right.
And for me, matter of fact, it's one of the more seniority I've ever had. And so, no, they weren't too surprised. And if you know the history of the Lewisburg game, it is the last couple of years, especially since Coach Ebenstein has taken over, they came out and ran some things they haven't shown all year and had some success with it in the previous games. And so we were smarter about it this time than we were the times before. And our kids were alerted to it, and they didn't freak out. And we always tell our kids, if we see something we're not really sure about, we're going to set the base. We're going to play vanilla. We're going to figure it out. We'll adjust at halftime. I mean, that's the worst case scenario. And they've heard that enough that, they settled in and did a nice job.
You talked in that Eudora game how you guys kind of came out a little bit flat. That was not the case against Lewisburg, and nor did we expect it to be. But one guy that really stepped up huge and set a tone from an energy standpoint that we just haven't seen that side of him was Bassett. And his energy level was through the roof when that game started. And, boy, he played a game against Lewisburg.
Well, thank you. I think Demarius is easily an all-league player. I do. I think he's the best in the league. He's extremely hard to reach. We put him in deep. We always put him on the side that you're going to run to. Mm-hmm. He's held up well, and you're right. He's got a motor. Yeah. He's a very, very talented kid, very explosive.
And you guys fed off that too. Yeah, you fed off that energy too. You can tell.
Our team, when we're motivated, when we're excited, when we're in it, it's fun to watch. Unfortunately, I don't know how to say this without sounding like we're conceited or whatever, but we've had enough success over the last several years that sometimes our kids just don't get up for teams,
right.
And it shows.
Right.
We're not nearly as good. We're not that talented where we can just show up. But when we have had seen glimpses, us coaches, that when we're locked in, we've been pretty good.
Yeah.
We feel like, but now This is what we call our second season. Our kids are into it. Our practices this week have been great. Have been phenomenal.
Sure.
They have flat bought in. We've got their attention. They're very aware of what's at stake. They're very aware that, a bad outing is the end of your career.
Right.
And so we're excited about it.
One other guy I did want to talk about, and it's back-to-back 200-yard games, is Giovanni Blackie. I mean, he is running, he's improved so much throughout the season. And then it seemed to me, and there was a couple of runs in that game against Lewisburg that I'm remembering that looked very natural. Earlier in the season, you could tell he was trying to figure it out, and he was picking his way and stuff like that, and he was hitting the hole and sliding off blocks and stuff in that game that it looked natural.
Yeah, he's getting better and better. Until this year, he hadn't really played hardly any varsity, and he was unlucky in that he was stuck behind really two good backs last year. It was hard for him to get on the field. He did not come up through the Paola system. We got him as a freshman. Their family moved in, so he was still on the learning curve. We ask our backs to know a lot, especially our slot position is probably the most mentally challenging position we have on the field that isn't a quarterback. And a lot of his inability or to get on the field was just not sure of what to do. And it's hard to play fast when you're unsure. And what you're seeing is a kid who's getting more and more reps, becoming more and more sure of what he's doing. He's becoming more of a complete player. He's really turning into an outstanding blocker as well as runner. And his upside is enormous. We feel like he hadn't scratched the surface yet. We feel like that he could really be special.
We're talking to the head football coach of the Paola Panthers, Mike Dumpert, here on the Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll turn our attention to St. James Academy when we return right after this. You're watching Paola Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call us at
913-247-3530.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Welcome back to the Iron Horse Dental, Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show. BJ Harris along with you as we continue to talk with the head football coach of the Paola Panthers, Mike Dumpert. So we talked a lot throughout the season about the Frontier League and how competitive it is, and there's been some really good challenges you've had, and there's been obviously some that you really didn't need to begin with, but we're not really contests. It's going to kind of match up here in the playoffs where the Frontier League against, some of those other conferences, you're going to get one, and then Tongi's getting Lansing. Do you feel like the Frontier League has positioned you guys and given you the competition that you typically need to be ready to go on a playoff run?
It depends on the matchups. It really does. And part of the success of going deep is literally your luck in the draw on the matchups. Our league prepares us very well for run teams. What we see on some of the teams, we don't see a Bayshire or the team I'm playing, St. James, that really is going to throw it more than run it.
Right.
They present some issues. We haven't seen anybody throw the ball as well as they have. There's nobody in our league that throws the ball as well as they do. And that's from that side. I don't know how greatly we're prepared. I think with the other side of the draw, where Lansing's a run-oriented team, I think Tongi's seen it and will be very prepared for it. Eudora with Bayshire and us with St. James are going to see, teams that are really committed to throwing it and are good at it, which is a little bit not Frontier League.
Were you like me, not surprised at all to see Eudora win that game?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all, because they're getting better.
Right.
They're getting better, and if you watch they've never been blown out.
Right.
And their kids, they played us really tough. You could tell their kids had a lot of fight, that they still believed that they could do some things. I can only guess with Piper. This has not been the year Piper thought they were going to have. They were set to have a great year. Teams went other places. They've had injuries. They've dealt with COVID. Yeah. It was a bad scenario for them.
Well, let's turn to the task at hand that I can already tell you're chomping at the bit to talk about as the St. James Academy team and get your focus on them 100%. Obviously, you've been thinking about them for a while. Got the extra little bit of time, and I got a chance to call that game last week when they played Lewisburg, and I thought to myself, boy, that extra week of time that you guys, or a couple days anyways, you guys were able to focus on them is crucial, because they will, in their first drive, will have 7 different formations, and they'll throw it in different locations. And I've seen that offense ran a lot of times in high school, never very well, and I saw it ran pretty well the other night.
Precisely. We're really, really impressed with their versatility. Yeah. They remind me, quite honestly, of a 5A school. Sure. Or a 6A school, a school that has the ability to 2 platoon, that can spend a lot more time on their offensive side and defense as well. They show a lot of things defensively as well. We were really impressed on how well they moved their best receiver around. Now, don't get me wrong, all but 4 of their receivers are quality, but number 3 is the best of the bunch, and he lines up in any one of the 4 positions. There's really no rhyme or
that's what we got to do again.
Every time we thought we got some type of tendency based on the games before, out of this formation, they do that. Man, the next week they broke their tendencies. So we really didn't come away with much on that. And our kids know what's at hand. We know our secondary, which has not been our strong point by any means, is going to have to hold up. I mean, and then there's LeJames, the kid in the backfield. We've played against him for a couple of years when he was at Piper. We know how explosive they are. That's the one thing that catches my eye. They're explosive. Mm-hmm. They don't necessarily grind the ball down in 5-minute drives. They hit you over the top, or LeJames hits you on a big play. I'd be curious to see how many big plays, over 25-yard plays, they've had this year, and I bet it is a bunch. So we know we've got to be able to line up right. We've got to be able to identify where 3 is. We're going to have to be able to put hands on people in terms of our linebackers and corners. If we just give them free releases off the line of scrimmage, the kid's too good. The quarterback is outstanding. I can't believe how polished he is. He looks you off. He makes great decisions. He scrambles when he has to, but he's always looking to put it downfield. I literally have seen the kid get sacked once.
Yeah.
You don't get to him. He gets it out of his hands real quick. So we know that we have a very, very tough scenario defensively for us, and understand that they're going to have success. Realistically, they're probably going to score. We just can't freak out. We got to try to get them off the field as many times as we can.
On the offensive side of the ball, have they seen anything close to what you guys come at them with an offense, and how they responded?
The one thing about it, we like to think that, but when you played Rockhurst and you played Aquinas and you played Miege, I guarantee you they're not coming down to Paola and shaking. Right. I just don't think they're going to be all too worried about what we've done in the run game because of the quality of people they played. How our line's going to match up against theirs is we're just going to have to find out.
Yeah.
I hope my line's as good as I think it is. But once again, they played against really, really wicked competition. And plus, besides those 3 schools, they also played Blue Valley. Right. And, good Lord. That's a whole nother level.
Yeah. No, they've been tested. That's for sure. And this is what it's all about. It's playoff football, and it's good competition. We've expected that, and I think from a competitive standpoint, this classification 4A right here on the eastern side of the state is as good as any from a competition standpoint, anyways, in the state of Kansas. So I'm looking forward to it. Anything else we need to know about Friday night to have a good game?
No. it's going to be a football game. Whoever tackles and blocks the best and doesn't turn the ball over is probably going to win.
That's right. I appreciate it, Coach. Appreciate your time as always. Good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Head football coach of the Paola Panthers, Mike Dumpert, joining us here on the Dr. Laura's Orthodontics Iron Horse Dental pregame show. Take a quick break. Kickoff is coming right around the corner, right here on Paola Sports Live.
Thank you. Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
You wouldn't do it there. So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
People who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
And welcome out, everyone, back out here to Paola High School. Side of this Class 4A regional championship between the Paola Panthers and the St. James Academy Thunder. BJ Harris along with you. Joining me tonight, Jackson Mealman. Jackson will be on camera providing color commentary as well. And Jackson, you got a chance to broadcast these guys last week whenever you were doing Lewisburg with St. James Academy. And everything Coach just said, everything we've talked about already, they're pretty good 4-4 team.
Yeah, St. James is the real deal. I mean, like Coach talked about, they've played Aquinas, they've played Blue Valley, they've played Rockers, they've played Bishop Miege. So they've been tested, and they're not scared of Paola tonight. They're looking, and this is a high-flying offense for St. James Academy. Paola's going to have to do everything they can to stop them.
To put it in perspective, however, it's one thing to play those teams. They didn't beat any of those teams, so keep that in mind. They also played Eudora and Basehor Linwood and Shawnee Heights and Lewisburg that are teams below 500. They beat the teams they were supposed to beat, and they didn't beat the teams that they're not supposed to beat, in Bishop Miege and Blue Valley and all those schools. So we will see. But, yeah, what we saw last week against Lewisburg is a pretty good football team. Real excited to see how the Panthers respond. Obviously, these are going to be 2 very well-coached football teams, which is always exciting because you know they're going to put their kids in the position they need to be in to be successful. And so I think it's going to be determined on the field. It was windier earlier today. That wind has died down. I thought that might become a factor a little bit, but it is not. And it'll be a dead wind. I was also outside just a little bit ago. Nice and cool outside. I mean, it is a just quintessential football evening here in Paola as we get ready for these 2 teams to hook it up. They're going to go to midfield and do the coin toss ceremony and get all that sorted out there as Isaac Brackner and Garrett Williams is about to representing Paola there for the coin toss. The real thing to watch, Jackson, I think is going to be, one, the secondary of Paola. Yes. That has been a weak spot. It doesn't get tested a lot in the Frontier League. You heard Coach talk about that. So that's one area for you to watch. The other is up front and the battle between the offensive defensive lines. Paola is a darn good offensive defensive lines. I liked what I saw from St. James last week as well, but I think the winner of that battle first and then the secondary will determine the outcome of this football game.
Well, for sure will, because both of these teams have 2 really good running backs, but with St. James, they like to air the ball out. I think Paola's line on both sides of the football is going to hold up, but I think the biggest key is, can their secondary hold up? We saw what St. James did last week against Lewisburg, and they kind of just threw down their throats, and they kind of run a little bit of an up-tempo offense, so Paola's going to have to be prepared for that. I know they've had 2 weeks to prepare, so that's one of the benefits. Now, obviously, they didn't know they're going to get in St. James Academy, but Paola has the benefit, too, of getting that week off against Ottawa with that forfeit, getting healthy, and getting ready. And they had the chance to watch that game last week. And so 2 weeks of not playing is kind of to their benefit.
Yeah, I think so as well. Opening kickoff is brought to you by Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill, your area Bobcat mower dealer. Kick off next year's mowing season with a nice new Bobcat mower. They're really nice. Or take your mower in for a full tune-up. This would be a good time to do that. That way you hit the ground running next spring. They work on all types of small engines. Hers also has you covered when it comes to hydraulic hoses and cylinder repair. To learn more, go to hersinc.net or call 913-247-3530. And the opening kickoff, as Ian Hyde's going to tee things up. They kind of flip back and forth between Hyde and Fletcher Audie. Audie will be the gunner just to the right of Hyde in this formation. And a couple of guys back to receive for Jacob Boone is to the far right. And to the left, this one's going to roll for just a minute and finally go out of bounds, as it will be a penalty to start things for Paola. And that's been something that both kickers have done at times. The other guy back there to receive was number 21, Trey Clark. And so we're going to get a chance to see this St. James Academy offense take the field to begin things here in this opening quarter. Again, the winner moves on. The loser gets ready for whatever winter sport they might play. And we will look to, hopefully, if a win, would be hosting either Eudora or Baser Linwood a week from tonight. But those are a lot of chickens to be counted before them.
Really looking forward. I mean, this could be Paola's toughest game going forward. I mean, you can't overlook St. James Academy. Looking forward to next week. This is going to be a tough matchup.
Quarterback is Dakota Burrett. He'll get the snap to White and then flip it. This is a double reverse pass, and it is wide open down the field for Claiborne. He makes the catch, and there you get a chance to see the shenanigans. He stripped it out. It's going to go in. He's got to have possession of the ball going into the end zone. That is going to be, they're going to call it a touchdown. You can't fumble forward. That's not a correct, you can't fumble forward and advance the football. That's the argument I think you would have there. A heck of a play call on the first play from scrimmage, a bomb on a reverse flea flicker essentially, but I'm not sure if that ball came out at about the 4-yard line. Headsy play by whoever was tracking him down. I didn't get the number of who was coming down from behind, but striking first. St. James Academy with some trickery right out of the gate.
And that's a very smart play. You know, St. James kind of has that a bit benefit that they got to play last week, so they got to build a little bit of momentum with Paola having to sit. So we talked about there's a good side and the downside to that. They didn't get to play, so they kind of caught Paola sleeping right there.
Well, I mean, everybody has been sleeping on that play. That's not a typical first play of the game play. And right now, immediately, the Paola Panthers find themselves in an early 7-0 hole. Nothing to panic about, but certainly a big play, a 65-yard pitch and catch. And I got caught up. That was Claiborne, number 3. Claiborne, one of their top receivers. In fact, their leading receiver with 53 catches, 645 yards, and 5 scores coming in. Add another 65 yards, add a touchdown, and add another catch to that total as they will take the early 7-0 lead. Both teams also pretty good kicking games typically, so we'll see if that's a factor in this one. And now that Paola Panther offense will get the chance to take the field under the helm of Garrett Williams, their 6 foot, 185-pound senior quarterback, who is kind of do it all for them at times.
Going back on that kicking game, you know, one area where Paola may have some success tonight is that advantage. We saw last week Lewisburg blocked a few kicks on St. James Academy in that first half. So obviously St. James Academy has some holes on their special teams. If they're going to try to kick a field goal tonight, Paola may have the advantage there.
Well, you can have holes when you can overcome them with giant plays on the very first play from scrimmage. So we will see what the answer is for. And then an onside kick to boot. And it nearly recovered. We'll see if they get it. Ball still loose. Body's hitting the floor all over the place. And St. James Academy saying they have it. No indication from the official yet. And it looked like somebody was going to jump on it. And, boy, they are putting all the cards on the table to get this thing started in this ball game. And now still no indication from the officials. Make a decision. Finally, White Hat does give a call. So, well, we won't see the offense. If you were trying to figure out a bad way to start a game, Paola has done that here in the early going of this one. We are 13 seconds into the game.
Yeah, this is really a nightmarish start for Paola. I mean, this is the worst case scenario that you could hope happen. But now, defensively, you just gave up a big touchdown in the first play game. You got to go out and get a big stop here.
So they'll have it first down and 10 at the 45-yard line inside Paola territory. And it is, I mean, it looks like there's more than 11 guys out there. That's how far out they spread things Claiborne's leading receiver to the near side against Nick Walker. That's a matchup to watch. Help over the top from Pitzer on the near side as well. Burrett handoff. We'll see James for the first time. Initially stopped, then makes a big pop outside, and he'll scramble for about 12 yards on first down on the run by James White. And it was stopped for about a 2-yard loss, actually, at the line of scrimmage, and then he popped it out.
Well, James White, he kind of talked about that. He's a patient runner, but then when he gets to the outside, he's got some speed and some power with his running game.
First down run, actually a gain of 11 officially, where they marked that ball down, and it will be first down and 10 from the 34-yard line. 3 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. That's Claiborne. Straight drop Burrett. Looks left, now flush. Getting tracked down by Jake Carr. Carr trying to get it. A little shovel pass. He flipped out, and you see a little bit of the savvy already from Burrett to flip that out. It was been about an 8-yard loss if he lets Jake Carr track him down. Instead, he flips it out there, a little shovel pass, and incomplete pass will bring up second down and 10.
Yeah, that was a big play there. You know, we listen to Coach pregame. He says he believes their quarterback's only been sacked 1 time on film that he has seen, Dakota Barrett. So he's a good scrambler, and he's going to definitely get out of the pocket. He's going to be hard to sack.
Second down and 10 as the Panthers trying to bounce back early going to this one. A trick play on the first play for a 65-yard touchdown, then an onside kick. Burrett flip it out for White. White trying to find his way. Bassett tracking him. Now he can't get there, and finally brought down after he decides to pick a hole and go. Brought down by a host of guys, including Garrett Williams. Williams led them in tackling against Lewisburg. How often is your quarterback your leading tackler? He's double digits with 10 tackles against the Wildcats. A gain of 4 on the carry by James.
It's third down.
And a big third down early on here in this one. Panthers got to try to get off the field. Probably 2-down territory, though, for the Thunder. Over the middle, wide open, Claiborne. And picks his way and going to be finally ripped down. You hear a shoestring tackle? That was a finger tackle that Pitzer was able to get a hold of Claiborne, but he was able to move it well inside the red zone, and they're quickly up to the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of about 18 on the pitch and catch. And Barrett turn, handoff James. And James White is going to, not much, maybe a couple of yards.
So now this is where Paola really needs to make a stand. You do not want to go down 14-0 early in the first quarter.
They've used Tyler Claiborne quite a bit, that junior wide receiver. He is a Saturday-type player, 6'3", 180. And with the numbers he's putting up as well, that long, lanky frame, that's a dude you'll see playing if he wants to on Saturdays at some position. Wide receiver far side, everybody bunched to the near side. 3 guys stacked right on top of each other just on the near side line. Toss sweep near side for White. Finds the hole, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, boy. 2-score hole, not even 2 minutes into this one.
Yeah, and we talked about that. St. James, they're going to go fast, and we saw that there. They went a little bit no huddle after that Claiborne pass for the first down. And so this is what was expected, and Paola's just going to have to find a way to make as many stops as they can, and hopefully we'll finally be able to see their offense take the field.
So they'll come on to kick as Joshua Kirby will kick it up, and you see those guys almost getting there. They do get it through. And just like that, we're going to take a break. Everybody needs to take a break. Minute 58 into this one. Panthers are down by 2 scores. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Priced right. With plans starting at $34.95. No throttling. No tricks. More upload speed. And the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
Well, we'll see if they kick one deep or just keep kicking on sides until they make them stop. On that last one, Gus Wright had it momentarily in his hands on the second effort, and then it popped out and they recovered it. So, but a lot of football left to be played, and that got to be the mantra from the Paola coaching staff as they'll kick this one deep, and it will go, oh my gosh, it hit right at the goal line, didn't go in. Panic now from Pitzer, and Brock just uses his strength to try to get as much as he can. That looked definitely it was going to roll in, and it definitely did not. It kind of hit and died right there at about the 1 yard line, and not going to be great field position, but at least they have the football.
Everything right now is just going St. James' way. I mean, that probably should have bounced through the end zone for a touchback, but it didn't. Now Paola is we're finally going to get to see their offense.
And they will start at the 11-yard line here with 9:56 to play in this opening quarter, down by 2 scores. And it was going to be you need to score every kind of possession game anyway, just because of how explosive they are. But now it is even more dire than that. Toss sweep near side, Blackie trying to find a hole, and a good run off the left side on 1st down and 10, a good gain of about 5 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 5 on the run by Giovanni Blackie. Giovanni Blackie, a junior running back, 5'9", 190, 128 carries for 1,286 yards on the season, including 16 touchdowns. How about a 10-yard average for Giovanni Blackie on the season? That's pretty darn good. Picks up 5 on 1st down.
Yeah, 10-yard average is just a ridiculous amount of yards. I mean, if that's the case, you might as well just give it to him every single time.
They'll fake it. Nope, now ball's loose. Williams picks it up on one bounce. I think he wanted to pull it, then he wanted to give it, and that ball just hit the ground, and he puts palms to the air. Palms to the air is universal sign for I'm not sure what happened. And he maybe gets a yard on the carry. And the last thing they can afford is a 3 and out. A big 3rd down. It seems silly to be saying a big 3rd down 3 minutes into the game, but it's exactly what it is.
Oh, yeah, that's the reality. You don't want to give it back, and then next thing you know, it's 21-0.
Williams under center. Behind him is Audie. He'll stay in the block. They're going to pass it, throw it, and Bo Robinson never even looked. I mean, completely out of sorts. That would how I would describe the Panthers right now. And Coach turns to his sidelines, and he's going to preach a little bit, I suspect.
Robinson was open. He just never turned at the football, just missed timing on that one.
This will become a between-the-ear situation. And Coach is going to call him in right there. If you can see the bottom of your screen, he's going to call in some of those guys and have a little powwow about take a breath, relax a little bit. Punter is Garrett Williams, and the return man is LaJames White. And the motto here is going to be kick away from him. Williams will put a little squirrely on that one, and White's going to get it. Should brought down. He'll buck out of one tackle, breaks another, spins off another. Good night, and finally brought down inside his own territory, but barely.
White, their best player. He is so hard to tackle. And this is smart by St. James. They're going to try to get him as many touches as they can, whether it's on offense or special teams. If you're Paola, when you're punting tonight, you got to kick it away.
They will start this drive, 8:46 to play here in this 1st quarter, at their own 48-yard line. And this wasn't like the Paola was overlooking St. James Academy. Talking with Coach, 100%. They respect what they've done. He knows they played a tough schedule. He knows they're a good football team. This isn't a matter of the Paola Panthers overlooking St. James Academy. This is St. James Academy executing what game plan they had immediately and putting it into action. Scramble here from Burrett, not his main forte, but he's got a huge run on 1st down. It's going to be a gain of about 15, 16 yards.
Yeah, Burrett just
17 yards all the way down inside there at the 34-yard line, 33-yard line.
Burrett just had a huge hole. There was just no one there. Paola almost just needed a spy right there.
We'll flip it out here for White. White's going to try to pick his way and be brought down. Good tackle there by Isaac Brackner, leading tackler on this team, along with Jay Carr as the co-leading tackler. You can't spy that quarterback. You've got too many other guys out there, and that's one of the reasons he's not a runner. That's not been his forte all season long. He's only got 36 carries on the year for 151 yards. But a big one there to get him the 1st down, now 2nd down, and a penalty flag's going to come out. It'll be a legal shift, I believe, or a false start, rather, against St. James, and their first mistake of the game.
Yeah, and it's a big one because that backs you up. It's going to make it now 2nd down and 11, but now look for St. James now possibly air it out here once again.
8:03 and counting 1st quarter, 14-0 your score. A stunned home crowd here in Paola. Have to root their team on to come back in this one. And if giving back 5 yards is not the way to do it. Jaquan Rogers jumping off sides. It'll give it back to 5 yards. Add it to the list of mistakes in the early going of this one.
Yeah, just not a smart move there because now it's 2nd down at 6. St. James really can go back to doing whatever they want. Look for them to possibly hand it right back off to LeJames White.
2nd down and 6 for the Thunder. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the near side. Balance set with White, the deep back. Straight drop Burrett, looking left, looking. Now he'll let it fly. He's got his man Claiborne, and Claiborne is going to make yet another big catch in this one. It'll be a gain of about 13 yards on the completion.
Number 3, Tyler Claiborne.
And another 1st down for the Thunder. And this thing goes to 3 scores. It is desperation time. And you really do start to panic a little bit and find yourself grasping at straws going, what the heck just happened? Can we redo it? Can we go back and restart things?
Well, absolutely. You know, even if they do score here, it's still early. I mean, it's the 1st quarter, so you don't have to just automatically change your game plan just yet because it's still the 1st quarter.
Here's White, toss sweep near side, makes Brackner miss and makes another guy miss and finally gets brought down by a host as Williams missed on it as well. And he just manages to find his way. There's been about 3 carries already in this one where he looked like he was dead to rights and he pulls 4 or 5 yards out of it. That's a 5-yard pickup.
Really, for Paola, they must get a stop here. Just got to try to hold them to a field goal try at this point.
2nd down and 5 here for St. James Academy. Barrett looks near side, looking. Now he'll pull it down. Flush. No, he's going to let it fly. Trying to find his guy in the back of the end zone. And out of the hands of the intended receiver, Jacob Boone, 5'7", 155-pound senior wide receiver. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Barrett just does a good job again getting outside the pocket and scrambling around. He had Boone open in the end zone. It was just too high of a throw.
3rd down and 5. They've got a kicker that can make the distance, no matter whether they want to put the foot on the throat here and go for it if they don't get it here. Burrett in shotgun, straight drop, looking left the whole way, no pressure, still plenty of time. Now he'll throw one, try to go over the top for Claiborne, who can't make the catch, and it'll bring up 4th down. Jack Earlywine along with Nick Walker in coverage back there, and they look to perhaps run the kicker on.
Yeah, that looks like what they're going to do. Good coverage there by Paola, and really, that's huge because it keeps it just a field goal try. We saw last week with St. James. They had 2 kicks blocked, so they got some holes in there. So Paola, they have a chance to possibly get a stop here without any points.
Houston to hold it, Kirby to kick it. This one will go up, and that looked awful left, but we'll see if it goes through, and it does.
Yeah, just went up through the left upright.
So field goal. So a 3-play drive. So just if you're keeping score at home, they've ran about 11 plays, and they lead right now 17-0. Timeout on the field. We'll take it. We're back in 30. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Boom! Hey, where are you going? Can't get by me. I'm #1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm #1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am the king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
$17-0 your score, 6:13 to play first quarter of this one. The Panthers digging themselves an early hole and some explosive plays by St. James Academy. You just kind of want to break serve and make something successful happen. Right now, Paola's had yet to really have anything. That half stop getting a field goal forced is about the best thing they've had happen so far. And when the best thing you've done is still giving up points, that's a bad deal. Handling the football, and they're going to be lucky to be getting a touchback there on that one. It's not very well fielded by Isaac Myers, but it will bring the ball out to the 20, and that's where the Panthers will start this drive.
So for Paola, they do not have to get away from their game plan.
Sure.
It's still, we're not even halfway through it. We're almost halfway through the first quarter. I mean, just run your offense, go into what you saw that you could be able to exploit on St. James all week long.
Yep. Wing to the near side is Blackie. One to the far side is Pitzer. The fullback will be Audie in the backfield with Garrett Williams under center. Bo Robinson split out here to the near side. Tight end far side, it's Jake Carr. Williams, turn, handoff, quick hitter for Audie, and he'll dive forward across the 25-yard line, a gain of 5. And that's what they want to do. And I think they, like you said, do more of that, that straight dive and be physical at the point of attack and make them earn it. Now, that's not a pushover defense either. Big dude in there, Harry Spencer, 6'2", 68, right over the ball. They'll have to move him a little bit. Williams will send Pitzer in motion. Turn, handoff, Blackie, not much there. And tackle made by number 55, Richard Schmidt, Sam Schmidt. And it's a gain of 1 on the carry by Blackie. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Sam Schmidt just shedded off his defender. And just an easy tackle there.
Need to pick up their first down of the ball game. Tied in near side Carr. Robinson split out to the far side. High formation with Blackie, the deep back. Turn, handoff, makes a cut. He's got the first down across the 30. Breaking tackles up to the 35-yard line. A 9-yard carry on 3rd down and 4 for Giovanni Blackie, and just what the doctor ordered to try to get this thing moving in a positive direction. It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 35. They're going to go to a little hurry up. They have a tendency to do this at times, middle of the field, to keep the other team a little bit honest.
It's a big 1st down there.
Williams, straight drop, looking for Robinson's got him wide open at the 40. Robinson will pull it down. He's going to be hit hard and brought down by LaJames White. And it's a gain of 9, though, on a pitch and catch from Garrett Williams to Bo Robinson.
St. James kind of dropped through soft coverage, but now for Paola, they've gotten that first down. They're settling down on in this game, and now they're starting to gain a little bit of momentum.
2nd down and 1 from the 44-yard line for the Panthers. Turn, handoff, quick hitter again on. He's got a big hole across the midfield stripe up near the 45-yard line. Boy, he gets on you in a hurry. It is like, where'd that guy come from? When they mark the ball down, it'll end up being a gain of all the way up there. It's a 15-yard run on the quick hitter by Fletcher Audie, and they're right back to the ball are the Panthers.
This is smart. We saw St. James do this to Paola earlier. Now it's Paola's turn to really just flip the switch and go fast on St. James.
Coaches, I'll keep that one to myself. Here, keeper by Williams, and he's going to fall forward for a gain of about 2 or 3 yards on the run by Garrett Williams. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 8. Coach chastising the band because they were playing while they were trying to get plays called in. Mike Dunford's been in Paola, Kansas for longer than I've been alive, so he has the authority to quiet the band. He was right. They're trying to call in plays on wristbands. It's typically you'd be able to play.
Especially in a playoff game.
Yep. Turn, handoff, Blackie spins off one would-be tackler. Brought down, he'll lean forward near the 35-yard line. Maybe a gain of about 3. And it'll bring up another 3rd down and 5. Probably 2-down territory.
I think it's got to be 2-down territory. I mean, you're down 17-0, still the first quarter. But Paola, though, you're starting to get a little bit of momentum going here on offense.
3rd down and 5 for the Panthers from the 36-yard line. Passing, looking, long pass. Robinson, he takes advantage of that soft coverage. Breaks off one tackle, falls forward near the 20-yard line to be down at the 21. A great pitch and catch there of 16 yards after they marked that down. to Bo Robinson.
15-yard gain on the play.
And
That's good for the Panthers.
this will be the 9th play of this drive. They have it's such soft coverage by St. James Academy. I mean, you can about run that play every time. And it's one-on-one also on the near side. Williams, hand off Blackie, runs into Pitzer and gets caught from behind and hit hard. And Giovanni will pop up.
Giovanni Blackie with a carry down to
Gain
the
of
16.
about 4.
Going back to that
Tackler is number 87,
third down. It's the second time tonight St. James here on this drive on third down. They're just playing really soft coverage.
Student body this way. And Giovanni Blackie's going to fall forward for a good gain there of about 10 yards on second down.
Touchdown saving tackle made by 27.
And it will bring up a first down and goal for the Panthers from the 6-yard line. Trying to answer back after digging themselves into a 17-yard or 17-point hole here late in this first quarter. Turn handoff, Blackie picking his way through, and he's going to be held shy. It'll bring up second down and goal.
If you're Paola, you just got it. Really, for the next 3 downs, you just hand it off to Blackie here. And just hope that, you guys, you're going right down St. James' throats right now. Just keep running the football.
A gain of 4 brings up a second down and goal from the 2. Handoff, Blackie, stroked. Hit hard by Cale Fleming. 6 foot, 190-pound sophomore came in and make a nice play for them. Helped out also underneath there by their offense, so a couple of those defensive linemen. And it will be just a gain of 1. It'll bring up a third down and goal from the 1. They're making them earn it. 47 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Turn, handoff, this time go outside for Giovanni, and he's going to be held shy. 4th down, good night.
Looked like at first Blackie had the edge, but a good play there by St. James.
Not much on that carry. And they hustle the line of scrimmage. It's 4th down, 30 seconds. They're just going to kind of quarterback sneak it into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! That is gutsy to go up like that and run that quarterback sneak, because if it doesn't go, it's turnover on downs. I think it's going to be Garrett Williams getting the credit for it on a 1-yard touchdown on what was 14th play of that drive. 14 play, 80-yard drive that took almost 6 minutes off the clock.
It was gutsy, but you look at St. James, they were not ready for it. For some reason, the no-huddle, they're kind of slow to that line of scrimmage, and Paola just pounded it in.
BAT's up and good. Panthers answer. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible and dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Play, 80-yard drive, capped off on a 1-yard touchdown run by Garrett Williams. Took 5 minutes, and I'm not very good at admin.
They got the ball around about 6:28.
6:10 is when they took over.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it took almost 6 whole minutes off the clock, and they will get it, St. James Academy, late in this first quarter. It started with the stop on defense to force the field goal, and then an answer back with a big, long drive, prototypical drive. Return near side. Block in the back going to be called like crazy as Maxwell Douglas was knocked around to the back, so this is going to back them up a little bit. It'll be the worst field position of the first half so far for the Thunder.
Flags down on the field.
So now Paola, you finally scored. You kind of got to stop last possession on defense, holding them to 3 points. Now you got St. James kind of backed up. Their worst field position start of this game. We'll see what Paola is able to do. They have to get a critical stop here. Try to get their offense back on the field.
The Thunder make you account for so much defensively that it ends up being a one-on-one game. Coach talks a lot about the option game being a one-on-one game because if you take out every aspect, if you can make one guy miss, it can be a big play. That's how option works. Same thing with this, what they're doing with it's done differently, but it is kind of a one-on-one game. That's why you saw the big long run from Burrett earlier that he was the lone man out. Nobody had him, so he got a big long run. So they're going to start deep at their own 15-yard line here with 16 seconds left. Turn, handoff for White. White makes the first guy miss. I'll say that about 1,000 times today. And he falls forward for a gain of about 5 yards on first down to bring up a second down and 5.
Yeah, and White just gets to the outside. Just a little draw play there, but we've been calling his name all night.
End of one quarter. We're back for the second. Panthers trying to answer and make a stop here and get the ball back so they can keep chopping into this hole. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is the area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you place that faulty trimmer or mower, bring it to Hers and let their experts get you back to work. Hers also takes care of hydraulic hoses, cylinder reseal, and mechanical control cables, such as push-pull, brake, throttle, and more. Plus, they carry quality equipment like Bobcat mowers, Steiner tractors, grass trimmers, and more. Hers is even a UPS drop-off station. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Here we go into the second quarter. Second down and 5 for St. James Academy trying to get Burrett. His car can't. Now throws it deep, and he's got his man. Holy mackerel. Oh, man, there was a big hit out there. And it's going to be a huge play from the 20 all the way down to the 40 inside Panther territory on a scramble play. It's a 40-yard pitch and catch.
That was just all Barrett right there. I mean, he avoided the sack, scrambled, just rolled right in at the last second, just threw it deep, and it was a big play there. Just all Dakota Barrett.
And a little bit of Jake Boone to make that catch as well as he comes down with it and kept working. Jake Carr was trying to get home, just couldn't, and a big chunk play for the Thunder. It brings up a first down and 10 inside Panther territory. So much for not having very good field position. Turn, handoff White. Stutter step at the line of scrimmage, now burst. And he's going to be up across the 30, up near the 29-yard line. Another gain of 10-plus for White. They put it down a generous spot of a 12-yard gain on the run by LaJames White.
Just another example of White there. You know, patient there, and then once he makes his first cut, he's gone.
First down and 10 on the first down run. Inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. 11-13 and counting here in this first half. It has been mostly St. James Academy with a nice drive a moment ago by Paola. Now the defense has to try to respond. Burrett, double move, nothing there. All the time in the world. Now he'll let it fly and got his man open. You just can't make him – you can't make it secondary defend. That is not on the secondary. That is up front pass rush. It's a 9-yard pickup on a first and 10, bring up second down and 1.
Just once again, credit Dakota Barrett just hanging in there in the pocket, using his legs to get around. He's always got his eyes downfield. He doesn't look to run.
Gain of 8 brings up second down.
Well, he pick up 9 without having to. He throws it to Hayes now. I think that's the 5th wide receiver who has touched the ball. 4th wide receiver in this first half. Second down and 1. He'll run it this time. Jet sweep, ball's loose. James will pick it up on the hop and be lucky to get it back to line of scrimmage. That was almost disastrous for St. James Academy, and they go right back to line of scrimmage. They're going to end up losing a yard on it, but it could have been worse.
Short loss on the play. It's
And quickly to the line they go. 3rd down and 2. That left tackle's taken off a little early. James got to make a guy miss. He does. Jumps over one. Now head going forward. It's a gain of about 6 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd down.
For the Panthers, number 20, Brock Pitzer.
So 1st down and 10 now for the Herd, or the Thunder, rather. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds just shy.
Was able to get to the outside, turn the corner there. Paola now has got to dig in and try to get a stop. Try to hold St. James to another field goal once again.
Not once I turn it off.
Looks like a hold is going to derail this touchdown by White. Should back him up, and that should be a big break for Paola. Crowd definitely likes it. And Paola needs a stop here.
Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty.
Back St. James back to the 14. First and goal now from the 14.
And a touchdown by St. James Academy. Sorry, got sidetracked because of shenanigans on our live chat. A good way to not have this service at their disposal. People being silly, and taking up time for me to not be able to watch that play, but just found a spot in the defense as they just marched down again. I mean, it's just offense, but again, makes you just account for so much, Jackson.
Yeah, they went right through. It was just soft coverage there, and they were able to exploit Paola there.
And the kick is up, and it is good. And it's 24-7, 9:18 to play here in this first half. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Back out here to Paola High School, B.J. Harris alongside Jackson Millman. The Paola Panthers find themselves in a pretty deep hole here in this first half. 9:18 to play, though, here in this second quarter.
Yeah, and it's, if you're Paola, not panic time yet. Just went right
I'm
down
panicked.
the field.
They may not be panicked, but I'm panicked.
You may be panicked, BJ, but look what they just did on offense. We talked about, Coach talked about it. It's not for Paola. It's all about how many stops are they going to get. Expect Paola's offense to do their job.
And now St. James Academy to kick it off deep. And penalty flag at the kick, and so this will be offsides. It'll back them up. This is part of the Jackson Mealman motivational speaking tour that we talked about last week on Lewisburg. That game was never out of reach for you until the very end. I appreciate your optimism.
Hey,
when you get I don't know how old you are, you get another 15 years under your belt like I am, that optimism goes right out the window. I appreciate it. It's young, young naivete maybe, but I'm panicked.
What helps too is my first 2 years broadcasting, I called a Kansas City T-Bones Championship in my first year, a Girard State Championship. So I've had a lot of success so far.
Yeah,
broadcasting.
You need a year with some of those teams that go 0 for 12 or something like that. That's what you need. Knock you down a few pegs. It's all sunshine and rainbows. Right now it's not. But you're right. I mean, you are right. You do make a good point. It's not overcomable, if that's a word. It's not. But now they'll pitch one up and leave this one short. Got to go up and catch that one. Coming off the ground. I don't know if they're going to let him or not. They'd say his knee was down. Your knee could be down and then up before you grab the ball. But in this case, he was down. And so that's where Paola will start at their own 21-yard line.
Yeah, if you're Paola, just go back to what you did last time. Run the ball and then take advantage. If they're going to give you soft coverage, just take advantage of it.
Do want to apologize to those folks watching and having to deal with the stuff on live chat. It's been turned off now, and just so you know, that's just people somewhere around the world being idiots that get on YouTube and do that stuff, and so we've turned that off, and should not be an issue any further. But apologize if it offended anybody, and we will address that in the future. But it is a gain of 5 for a run by Giovanni Black. Actually, more than that, he picks up about 7 yards on the run by number 7.
Paola, she's got to keep.
I think the hurry up is going to be a staple tonight. It's not going to be. They're not going to be wasting a lot of time. You got to start making up time and making up plays here. Turn, handoff again. Blackie could cut off there, and he's still on his feet. Across the 45, up near the 48-yard line. It's a huge gain there for Giovanni Blackie as he picks up 20 yards on the carry all the way up to the 48-yard line.
You talked about Blackie. I believe you said the last 2 games he's had over 200 yards rushing. He's had a good start to this one so far.
Averages 10 yards a carry, over almost 1,300 yards. He's up over 1,300 yards now on the season. Just a junior. He'll get it again on first down and 10, and this one a little more modest. Up to the 49-yard line, it'll be a short gain.
Once again, picks up short yardage, gain of about 1.
And it'll bring up a second down and 9. Last time we checked scores elsewhere in this 4A playoff, Eudora and Baser were knotted up at 0 still, and Tonganoxie and Lansing were at 7s, all tied up. In the Class 5A across our network, Spring Hill was down 17-0 to the defending 5A state champion Mill Valley Jaguars. Second down and 9 here for the Panthers. Trying to double move. Robinson trying to get outside. They'll let it fly. Robinson's got to climb the ladder, and he just can't quite come down with it.
Pass falls incomplete.
Good throw there. Robinson had a 50-50 chance at it and just could not come down with it. Had his hands on it, though.
Yeah, had a paw on it. Good coverage by Holden Artzer to knock that one away. It'll bring up a third down and 9. And I'll be honest, I think it's 2-down territory here.
Yeah, you're at midfield. And, the last 2 times St. James, Paola's at third down. St. James played real soft coverage, and this is where Paola's taking advantage.
2 wide receivers on the far side. Pitzer's in the slot. Robinson will be split out. Blackie will be the wing that side. Looks left all the way. Throws it underneath. He's got Robinson. He's got the catch. What a big gain there for Robinson. It's an 18-yard pickup on third down and 9. And a good route, very good route, and a good execution there by the quarterback, Williams. And that'll move the chains once again on a third and long. They've probably had more third and longs in this game than maybe all season long. Robinson, not real ginger running-wise. He's got a little hitch in his giddy up a little bit, and hopefully that's not a factor. So far it has not been on this drive. He's come up big.
On that slant, Brock Pitzer did a good job of selling his route. Almost worked out almost like a pick play for him to get wide open. on that slant to pick up that first down.
Panthers will take a timeout. We will too. 24-7, 7:19 to play first half. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
First down and 10 for the Panthers inside St. James Academy territory. 7:19. Boy, you'd like to get a score, a stop, and another score to make things a lot more comfortable going into halftime. It's a lot to ask. Turn, handoff, Blackie, big hole up the middle, and he'll have a nice gain of about 8-9 yards on first down on the carry by Giovanni Blackie. Their one score of the game came on a 14-play drive. That was the last time they had it offensively.
One thing Paola's done is they've got no huddle here so far. They've kind of moved it down St. James' throat so far.
Second down and 2 rather, after an 8-yard pickup by Giovanni Blackie. 3 men in the backfield. Williams under center, handoff third guy. Nope, keeps it. Good play action. Looking. Williams, he'll finally throw it last minute to Pitzer, and he'll pick it up at the 20-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 6. And Garrett Williams doing his best Dakota Burrett impersonation as he holds that ball all the way to the sideline and lets it rip. Pitzer's first catch of the game. He's the second leading receiver with about 235 yards coming in. 3 touchdowns through the air as well for Brock Pitzer.
And Williams did a terrific job there, just scrambling away, making a perfect throw.
And it will bring up a 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Panthers. 6:38 to go first half. Full house backfield once again. This time they will give it to Blackie, and he'll fall forward. It'll be a gain of 4.
Number 7, Giovanni Blackie.
On the 8th play of this drive.
Tackle made up near the 16-yard line. Gain of nearly 4. 28, Brendan Lee, the tackler.
Second down and 6 for Paola. Robinson split to the far side. Just out of the frame. Turn, handoff, Fletcher Audie on the quick hitter across the 15-yard line. Up near the 13 is where they're going to spot it. It'll be a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards.
And I believe this possibly just still becomes 4-down territory if you're Paola.
Absolutely. 3rd down and 4. High formation, the fullback Audie, the tailback is Blackie. Williams under center. Turn, handoff, Giovanni following forward. He's got the first down across the 10-yard line, leans forward, and that'll move the chains. A fresh set of downs. It'll be 1st and goal.
That was just terrific blocking by those linemen to get to the outside and get Blackie just enough room for him to pick up that first down.
That's good for the Panthers.
And this is the game they wanted to play, and Paola's running, the game plan offensively that they wanted. They just didn't anticipate digging themselves an early 14-0 hole. And that's what they're trying to get out of, really a 17-0 hole, but the quick 14 was the difference here, and they don't do that. They're doing exactly what they wanted. Turn, quick hitter, Audie, big hole, and he's up just shy of the goal line, a gain of about 8 yards. On the quick hitter, we'll give him 7 for Fletcher Audie. And it's 2nd down and goal from the 3.
If you're Paola, you just turn it around and hit it straight back off to Audie or Blackie right there. St. James cannot stop the run right now.
2nd and goal, turn. Quarterback keeper Williams goes back against the grain, and now he'll be driven backwards by a host of Thunder players, led in there by Emilio Zaldivar. Stocky defensive lineman, 66 on your screen in there.
Third down and goal just inside.
And now third down and goal. No gain on the play. This drive started with 9:17, so already 5 minutes old on this one. Their previous scoring drive was over 5 minutes as well. Toss it. Blackie running. Not going to get there. It'll be fourth down again. Their last touchdown, they had to convert on a fourth down, but it was at the goal line. This one's going to be 2 yards out.
Tackled near the 1 yard line by
And it's going to be just a run of about a yard on Giovanni Blackie on that toss sweep. So it is at the 2, just inside the 2 yard line. Fourth down and goal. Fewer things, more dramatic in sports. And it involves 22 human beings to determine the outcome of it. Williams, bootleg, rolling, flips it, and it's incomplete. Intended for Jake Carr.
Pass ball's incomplete.
And it was well covered. He tried to kind of lead him inside a little bit, and Carr can't hold it. Jake, a tight end on the books, not a big receiver for them. And it will be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and Paola just wasn't able to finish that drive. I'm shocked they went to the air there. Even though they had 3 plays, first and goal, they really couldn't move the ball. I thought they would turn around and give it once again to Blackie.
That was a 13-play drive. 14-play drive. Took 6 minutes off the clock exactly and resulted in no points. That's a big win for St. James Academy. Got to make something happen here defensively. Bird's inside his own. James is moving. That's a false start. Yeah, you can't do that, bro. Can't do that.
Down on the field.
He falls forward, and sometimes those running backs, and he did what he's supposed to do. You fall forward out of that stance, you go in motion, but the damage was done. It's not that big of a damage because it's just half the distance, which I don't know if you know, I'm really good at math. 2 yard line, half the distance will be the 1 yard line.
Absolutely. And
Look
really, this is Paola's chance to possibly do something, create a turnover. If you force a punt here, you're going to get the ball back with great field position.
First down and 11 now. Get home as Jake Carr almost there. He'll get it out, and Burrett does what he does. How about a 20-yard strike to Boone, the intended receiver out here? I mean, just keeping things alive. He lets it go right before he is tackled by Carr. Carr, that has been the story tonight. He has almost gotten there. A 21-yard pitching catch. Intended and caught by Boone, I believe. And, boy, back against the wall and then scramble and a first down and a big play.
These St. James receivers definitely know their quarterback. They know he's going to scramble around, do whatever he can to find them. They're going to just run around and get open.
Burrett looking left, now throws back against the grain, little screen pass for White. Big pickup, 10 yards, knocked it out of bounds. At the 2:47 mark, it'll stop the clock. But after a penalty flag back there at the 30-yard line, this may be a hold. And it is. Big break there for the Panthers.
Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty.
So this will bring back that play.
Scoring updates from around Class 4A.
Paola definitely now needs to get a stop. Try to force a turnover here because St. James has a chance to really put Paola away.
So back them up, back to the 20. Bring up a first and 12. That was a spot foul, if you're wondering why it's just there. So they go from where the penalty took place and back them up from that spot. Bird will send a man in motion. That's Boone. Across the formation. Straight drop, looking all the way. One man, he's got Claiborne running down there, and it is going to be a penalty. And that is Ryan Sloan in coverage. I thought Ryan had pretty good coverage. He did put his hands on him last minute, and I don't know if that's his sense was he's beat and he's got to try to make him not make the catch, because if Claiborne makes that catch, then it's a touchdown.
He did put his hands on him, but he had his body turned around. I thought it was pretty tight coverage. I thought it was enough for a no call there.
Luckily in high school, it's not from the spot. It's a 15-yard penalty, which makes it all the better of a decision, perhaps, if he felt like he was beat. I don't think he was. I think he would have had a play on the ball, but I tell you what, this dude, Claiborne, as a junior at 6'3", with the scoots that he's got like that, I mean, there's some good players out there. There's some legit,
absolutely.
maybe even a few Division I players out there. He might be the best.
Yeah, I mean, we got to see him last week
Right.
too, and he had, I think, 2 touchdowns last week. He's had a big night so far.
White jumping through the trouble and thought he kept his feet, but he doesn't. Ends up being a gain of 13 on the run.
Ball carrier number 34, James White.
And
tackler number 16, Ryan Sloan.
It's just happening a little too easy for St. James Academy right now. This drive started only 4 plays ago, back at their 2. And a pass on the first down play. They've had multiple penalties. They had a holding penalty they've overcome. They overcome a offsides on the first play, first snap. And now they're moving the football again near midfield. Burrett, straight drop, now rolling, now pressured. And he'll let it fly. Again, Jake Carr almost there.
Incomplete.
Jake Carr's been there all night long, just hasn't been able to get Barrett. And Barrett, he's just so hard to take down, but he did a good job throwing it away.
Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote situation going here. I
Absolutely.
mean, he just about has him every time. And Roadrunner keeps getting outside of his grasp. Pass incomplete. Will bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 48. 2nd down and 10. Claiborne split out to the far side. 3 wide receivers near side. Flip White out here on a little swing pass. Back against the grain. Breaks off 1 tackle. Now he's got some running room on the edge and finally escorted out of bounds. Again, a play that looked like it was blown up, and he turns it into a 15-yard run.
Yeah, White, he's just so hard to bring down. Boy, so many guys. Paola had another missed tackle on him. We've seen that multiple times that when White's had the ball in his hands. And White's just been able to make plays.
So 1st down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Kind of their base formation this time. They'll put White in that slot. Now he'll stretch out just a little bit more. That wide receiver's got to get set. Yep.
Flag down on the
It's going to be on James White. Not getting set before the play. I bet that happens more times than it gets called. Again, you've got everybody spread out all over the place. That's a lot for the officials to account for at this level, and they probably get away with a little bit of false start every once in a while, but that time they do not. It backs them up 5 back to the 43-yard line.
I believe that is now the 3rd penalty on this drive by both teams.
4th penalty, actually. They started with that false start,
Yeah,
and then a holding, and then a pass interference, and now another false start. Pass interference was the penalty against Paola. That was a big one. Officials stop it. This official on that far side's got the designer face mask that's matching his striped uniform, cotton pregame. I think that should take off. I think every football official should have a striped face mask.
I think it should be required by all of them.
I think it should be striped, and they should wear it all the 365 days a year. There's 2 of them, actually. We're trying to work things out here with Paola, or with St. James Academy. The breakneck pace at this game, he wanted more time on the clock. That was the deal. I mentioned some of those scores, other matchups in the eastern half. Fort Scott and Bishop Miege. Bishop Miege is dismantling Fort Scott at Fort Scott right now. Lansing and Tonky were tied at 7 last we knew. Eudora did go up on Baser by a score on the last update. We heard we'll get all those scores at halftime. We'll try to get some more for you from around the state. Quarterback keep straight draw on a called draw. And Burrett going to pick his way through. It's not that he can't run, it's just he doesn't very often, and he's proved it a few times here. A 13-yard pickup, no more than that. Add 5, 18-yard pickup.
St. James literally just ran this exact same play that they ran before. There's just a penalty that stopped it. Paola just wasn't ready.
1st down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Burrett rolling, looking. Plenty of time once again. Claiborne. This is like watching a backyard football game. I mean, they go all over the place. There's a gain of 12 on the pitch and catch.
Bird just does a good job making throws on the run. He's very accurate.
So inside the 15 now to the 14, where I was saying earlier where the Paola needed a score to stop at a score. Now they just need to stop. They cannot afford to go down 31-7 at halftime. This is the number 1 ranked team in Class 4A. They have been dominant all season long, and they are getting it right now. Turn handoff to James White. Big hole again. He breaks another tackle late. He's going to go into the end zone. That is not going to look good on replay. A 14-yard touchdown run by James White.
It is just right now the James White show. They are using him in the passing game, running game. Just forcing his way.
108. So a 2-minute, 9-second drive. Capped off on that 14-yard run by James White. And a point after forthcoming to put him up 31-7. Snaps back, holds down, kick is up, and it is good. And it is 31-7. Shocked right now are the Paola faithful, including yours truly, here in this first half. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
To 7. Do not adjust your screen. That score is accurate.
Still time, though, for Paola to go down and score. They can score, and they can score right out of that. Half, too. You know, you're looking at a 10-point game, 14-point swing, and we'll have a ball game.
Convince me again, Guru. They'll kick this one short. Come up and get it. They'll get a good return. It's Pitzer on the far side. And out of bounds around the 32-yard line. That's where Paola will start this drive.
They'll get decent field position. I mean, we've seen this offense move tonight. For them to air it out. I mean, St. James is giving up some big plays.
Yeah, they've also been able to move it in the passing game at times, and so maybe that's an opportunity to take advantage of them. But it's been fairly even up front. I think the O-line has dominated the line of scrimmage when they've had their opportunities. They just have been pretty limited in those opportunities. The other part of this is Paola's 2 scoring drives, or 1 scoring drive and 1 almost scoring drive, were a combined 12 minutes of game time. I mean, they just took up a ton of time. The one time came without points. Turnover on down to the 2-yard line. Straight drop for Williams. Right down the seam. Oh, just a last-second hand by the big fella getting out there and putting his hand in it in coverage is Sam Schmidt.
From behind number 1, Jay Carr.
You're going to have to be careful
number
here.
55, Sam Schmidt.
Obviously, you want to throw this football, but you do not want to give it right back to St. James.
Yep, 1 minute on the clock. 2nd down and 10. Williams. Straight drop again. Now he wants Robinson. Robinson's going to have to go get it. And he makes the catch! What a catch by Bo Robinson! Man, that was contested. So much pressure there. A 35-yard pitch and catch, I believe.
It's a perfect throw, but Robinson shows off his great hands going up and over his defender, his perfect coverage, and just makes a tremendous catch there.
Timeout on the field.
St. James Academy calls a timeout. Coach, I don't believe, was happy about maybe some contact on it, but I think it was equal opportunity on that deal. It's just go fight for the football. We'll keep it right here for you. Halftime coming up in just a little bit. We recap this first half, the scoring drives. Mr. Hermerich will provide us with the stats. We appreciate his support all season long. And we'll recap some scores from around the area as well, relevant to Class 4A as well as other scores that we can get for the eastern half of the state of Kansas. Way it goes, regionals this week, next week sectionals, then sub-state, then state. That's how we're working. So remember that works right up until Thanksgiving. 4A state championship, I believe, is played in Topeka. And I wouldn't be surprised to see either one of these teams here, although right now St. James Academy has the advantage by a pretty good margin in this one.
Yeah, but Paola knocking on the door. We'll see if they're able to capitalize here. They've got great field position.
Split backfield. Williams will be under center. Another double move now, looks near side. Once Giovanni Blackie's going to throw it up. Giovanni Blackie, not much of a pass catcher.
It was tight coverage there down that sideline. Really, Paola didn't have really a chance there. Paola got a few timeouts too, so you don't have to just throw it. Just get out of bounds. You can throw it down the middle of the field.
Giovanni Blackie does not have a catch on the season. They do a double move again. Robinson's going to go up, and it's intercepted by LaJames White. Bad to worse. Far side return. Ball pops loose. Robinson gets it back. What in the world? Brock Pitzer makes the hit and makes him cough it up. How about Brock Pitzer staying with that play and popping it loose? So
it's not every day you see 2 turnovers on one play, but man, Paola catches a huge break there, BJ.
So a turnover and a fumble. I'm going to try to score this thing. They'll have it at the 32-yard line, and just like it never happened. First down and 10, 36 seconds left. Hit as he throws it and can't not hold on. Boy, that's one Bo wants back. It was a little bit funky coming off his hand because Williams was getting hit as he threw it. But, yeah, that's one Bo Robinson makes 9 times out of 10.
It was a high throw, but, yeah, Robinson went up and got 2 hands on it. That's one he wishes he could have come down. But, like I said, you know, Paola, you can throw it down the middle of the field here. You got some timeouts here to use. Do not be afraid to use the whole entire field.
Well, the passing game of the Paola Panthers, for as sophisticated as the St. James one is, Panthers is not. Play action. Time. Lets it fly. Williams. He's got Pitzer. Brock's going to try to go to get it. Can he make the catch? No, he's out of bounds. Just barely. That ball seemed like it hung up in the air forever. 25 seconds on the clock.
Get into double coverage there.
He's had plenty of time to throw the ball. There's just so much coverage downfield. And they're basically saying, throw it. We got plenty of guys out here to guard you. So 3rd down and 10. 25 seconds remaining on the clock.
For St. James here, you just want to keep everything in front of you at this point.
Williams, ball's loose. Blackie falls on it barely. That was supposed to be play action all the way, and Williams just made too much contact with Giovanni Blackie on that play. And now a timeout going to be taken by Paola. Timeout, we'll take it. We're back in 30. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley, it just works.
(31-7), 20.5 seconds remaining on the clock here before halftime. We'll recap this first half scores. Tonganoxie's jumped out to a 28-10 lead over Lansing. It's a bit of a rivalry matchup. Those two schools are not very far apart up in the northwest portion of the metro. 4th down and 11. Williams looks back. He wants Robinson, throws it under. Can't make the catch again. Contact there by James White. I think as the ball got there, good timing by him and another turnover on downs. after what was an interesting exchange. They go 4 downs and turn it over on downs.
Paola's had chances, just drop there. Good coverage to poke it away. Just haven't been able to finish drives now.
To let you know, that drive started later, but the initial drive started with 1:04. So in a minute 4 of game time, we had an interception, a fumble, and then a turnover on downs. That's what all has happened in the last minute.
We had an incredible catch, too. So really, in that last minute, some incredible football.
And then St. James takes a knee, and that's the halftime. Not a great start for the Paola Panthers. What kind of answer does this veteran coaching staff have for these guys? They just kind of got snake bit early on, and they will try to bounce back in the second half. We'll recap this half. Band performance as well coming up in just a moment and get you ready for second half action here from Paola. Halftime score 31-7, Panthers trail. You're watching right here on your home for Paola High School Athletics. Paola Sports Live presented by Go Brawley.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley, it just works.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Everybody can make something because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible and dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Back out here to Paola Panther High School. BJ Harris along with you, alongside me, Jackson Millman. We're in halftime of this one as the Paola Panthers trail the St. James Academy Thunder 31-7 by halftime. And now the Paola Panther High School Marching Band. Well, here's still to come on halftime. We'll recap this first half in just a moment, and we will have your area scores as well. Halftime stats coming up in just a little bit as well. But first, we'll see a performance by the Pride of Paola Marching Band.
Featuring Kylie Cole,
do a great job every time.
Dillard, and Shanara McCoy. Each team will take turns dancing as the band plays Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Turn it over to the band for their halftime performance.
Afterwards, you'll vote by applause and cheers to pick tonight's winner. Without further ado, let the dance-off begin. Panther family, which dance team reigns supreme? If you want to vote for the Groovettes, let's hear it. Now let's hear it for Team P Pride. We think tonight's winner is the Groovettes. Congratulations. Senior drum major Elizabeth Overhyde now presents the Kool-Aid Man, oh yeah, trophy for dancing excellence to tonight's winners. And let's have another round of applause for all of tonight's competitors. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pride of Paola Marching Panthers. The Pride of Paola is led by drum majors Dylan George and Beth Overhyde, section leaders Mitchell Ball, Tabitha Cantrell, Abby Cook, James Earlywine, Sela Hadel.
A briefer than normal, shorter than normal performance by the band. Here at halftime, 31-7 is your score. The Panthers trailing. Let's get you to where we are right now and how we got here. It is a long and winding tale, but it is entertaining if you're a St. James Academy fan, for sure. St. James would have the football to begin things in this game. The very first play from scrimmage, it was a handoff to LeJames White, a toss to a wide receiver coming back against the grain, who then tossed it to the quarterback, who threw it down the field to the stellar wide receiver Tyler Claiborne for a 65-yard strike on the first play from scrimmage. It was a 7-0 lead for St. James Academy. St. James would come out. They would kick an onside kick. They would recover it at the Paola 45-yard line with 11:47 to play in the first quarter. They've got the ball back. 5 plays later, a 5-yard touchdown run by LeJames White. The big play on that one. They had an 18-yard pitch and catch to Claiborne. Had a short field to work with as well. 10:02 to play in the first half. In the first quarter, it was 14-0. Paola would get it back at their own 11-yard line, 3 and out, punted away. St. James would get it. They would go 6 plays and cap it off on a 35-ish yard field goal by Josh Kirby with 6:13 to play. In the first quarter, it was 17-0. And the Panthers would finally answer back. They would start the ensuing drive at their own 20 with 6:10 to play. In the first quarter, they would go 14 plays, 80 yards, capped off on a 1-yard touchdown run by Garrett Williams with 23 seconds remaining in the quarter. Took nearly 6 minutes off the clock. And at the 23-second mark, it was 17-7. St. James would start at their own 15-yard line. They would eventually punch it in on a 14-yard pitch and catch. With 9:18 to play in the first half, it was 24-7. The big play on that one was a 40-yard pass to Jacob Boone that helped them chew up a big chunk of that yardage to get down there in scoring position. Paola would start at their own 20-yard line. They would go 14 plays again. They'd start at their own 21, so they marched it 79 yards. They couldn't get the final yard. Ended up turning it over on downs. Was 6 minutes exactly into that drive with 3:13 to play in the half. That happened with 3 minutes and 17 seconds to play in the half.
Yeah.
A lot happened in that final 3:17. St. James would start at their own 2 after turning it over on downs, and they would go down from 317 to 108, they would march 98 yards. Ugh. And a 14-yard run by LaJames White would be the difference. Punch it in, 31-7 was the score. Paola would get it at their own 32-yard line. They'd go 3 plays. The third play was an interception by White. He was returning it back. He gets tackled by Brock Pitzer, fumbled it, recovered by Paola. They jump on it. They run 3 incomplete passes and a fumble, and turn it over on downs with 15 seconds left. St. James Academy takes a timeout, and that's why it looks like it does right now here at halftime. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, look at some scores, and try to get some stats for you as well when we return right here on Paola Sports Live.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
We are still at halftime here of this one, Class 4A Regional Championship game between the Paola Panthers, St. James Academy Thunder. BJ Harris along with you, alongside me, Jackson Mehlman here at the halftime break. You see that score there, 31-7. Other area scores to pass along to you. In Class 4A, obviously you know this one, 31-7. Mason Linwood and Eudora hooked up at a good one. Eudora 3-6 on the season. But, man, they gave Paola all they could handle there a few weeks ago. And right now it's 6-0 Eudora on top of Baser Linwood. Fort Scott's finding out what the rest of the 4A knows, is they are right now trailing at halftime to Bishop Miege, 63-12. So things could be worse. That puts things in perspective a little bit. Tonganoxie is in front of Lansing. Tongi 8-1. Only loss was here at Paola in week 3, 28-10. And McPherson also in 4A. That's the top seed on the west side. They're leading Augusta 30-12. Area scores of note: DeSoto leading over Leavenworth 35-10. Another 4A score, Wamego trailing El Dorado 18-14. Just next door here, down the road a little bit, Wellsville is playing St. Mary's Colgan from down southeast Kansas. 17-0. Colgan leads that one over Wellsville. Mill Valley is leading Spring Hill at the half, 30-0. Mill Valley, the defending 5A state champions. I think they've won 3 out of the last 5 or 6 state championships. They have got a juggernaut there with Coach Appleby. Aquinas beating Pittsburgh High 28-7 at the half, and Derby playing Gardner Edgerton 35-7. Why would Derby play Gardner Edgerton in week 1 of the Class 6A playoffs? Because Gardner Edgerton is on the west side of the bracket. That's how few 6A schools are west. You've got to have an even number to have a bracket, and so Gardner Edgerton is a west team.
Really? I mean, Gardner Edgerton's not that far
It's
away
like
from
14
Olathe,
miles
Kansas.
from Missouri. I looked it up the other day. It's not very far from the
Yeah.
state line. Like, eventually, Blue Springs will be on the west side of the Kansas bracket if they don't watch themselves. So that's just the way things work. It's just small schools out there out in the west. There's Derby, all the Wichita schools, and then there's Dodge City and Garden City, and that's it. There's no other small schools. Liberal fluctuates every once in a while, but I think Liberal's a 5A school right now. And so that is kind of odd, but Gardner Edgerton, tough draw for them. They've had a pretty good season, but right now it's not looking good against the defending 6A champion in Derby. And then down the road, not too far as well, another team on our network, Girard, is leading Prairie View at halftime 12-6 in that one. So exciting. In other parts of the state, right here, a little trepidation perhaps. 31-7 is your halftime score. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, get you ready for second half action next right here on Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley.
Phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors. What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
It's me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Well, let's see what kind of hole we can dig our ways out of. The best way to get out of a hole is to stop digging. What's another cliche? What's the best way to eat an elephant, Jackson? One bite at a time.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. Man, if they're able to return this kickoff back, that would be big. But they got to score here.
Yeah, every time. Score, stop, score, stop, score, stop. That's the way it's going to have to go. Return by Giovanni Blackie. Breaks off one would-be tackler. Still on his feet on the edge. Trying to follow his blockers. Good return by Blackie. All the way across the 35. Up near the 36, maybe 37-yard line. It's a good return. And that's where the Paola offense will start, as they will start at their own 37-yard line.
So good start there for Paola on the return. If their offense is able to capitalize, then it just comes down to their defense. We've seen the offense move the ball downfield, but now they just got to be able to finish.
Jake Carr split to the far side. Near side is Bo Robinson. Fletcher Audie, only man in the backfield behind Garrett Williams. Either way is Brock Pitzer and Giovanni Blackie as wings. Audie, first guy through, and he is hit immediately. Brought down by Wade Spencer, 6'3", 210 sophomore. There's some youth among that front 4 or 5 for
no gain.
St. James Academy. They've done pretty well. So nothing there. No gain on the play to bring up second down and 10.
And that is not the first play you were hoping for if you're Paola. You were hoping you would be able to get a good gain, try to put a little bit of pressure on St. James.
Wide formation, Audie the fullback, Blackie the tailback. Williams, kick it. Blackie, got to get the edge. Now he'll put a hand down. Good stiff arm across the 45, across midfield, at the 40, the 35, the 30, the 20. Knocked out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. A huge gain for Giovanni Blackie.
And that was all Blackie there, using that stiff arm there to then just break off of the fender, and he almost took it the distance, but that was all Blackie right there.
47-yard run. All the way up to the 16-yard line, and the Panthers are knocking on the door. Just what they needed here to start this second half. Now you got to punch it in and finish the drive. 31-7. Williams, turn, handoff, feed the hot hand. Another good run by Giovanni Blackie up near the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
Giovanni Blackie tries the left side.
That's exactly what Paola needs to do. Just feed the hot hand. And that's Giovanni Blackie right now.
And it's a first down and 10. Second down and 4, rather, at the 10-yard line. Fullback is Audie. Tailback Blackie. Send Pitzer in motion. Turn, handoff. Blackie, big hole again. Steps over one guy. Into the end zone. Is he in? Give it to him. Touchdown, Panthers. How about Giovanni Blackie coming out of the locker room like a shot? That's a 10-yard touchdown run. He had runs of 10, 6, and 47 on that drive. And they cap off that drive on that run. A 4-play, 63-yard drive.
You could not have asked for a better start to the second half of your Paola. That drive took 91 seconds, and that's what they're going to have to do. Go quick and score. Now it's up to the defense to see if they're able to get a stop, but a perfect drive there by Paola.
We'll keep it right here. Time to tell you about our Chamber Connection, brought to you by the Paola Chamber of Commerce. The Paola Chamber is always working to promote businesses in Paola and the surrounding area. I know they had a successful Halloween event around the square this last weekend. It's the kind of things the Chamber should do and does well here in Paola. The Paola Chamber of Commerce reminds you to shop local first this holiday season. I was walking into a store, the big store over here, and they had Christmas music playing as I was walking in. So it's on now. And packages arrive at my house like I'm Santa's workshop right now still. So to learn more, call 913-294-4336 or visit paolachamber.org. So shop local first. Don't click add to cart first. Go see if they've got it locally and help those small businesses, because you know they're all struggling a little bit more than they should right now, and hopefully everybody will bounce back. But our focus right now on that bounce back is on the Paola Panthers trying to bounce back in this one. 31-14 for some reason looks a lot better to me than 31-7. And I made quick work at it. Now, the one thing they have not really been able to do much of is stop this St. James team. They are going to have a few stops to climb back in this one.
They need to force a turnover.
Yep.
That would be gigantic for Paola. I believe St. James has gotten points on every single one of their possessions. So right now, it's time for Paola to buckle down.
Each team has a turnover, and they happen on the same play. Late in the half. I don't think you consider an onside kick a turnover. I don't think so.
No, I just consider it one of them going into their bag of tricks.
Ian Hyde to kick it off here for the Panthers. He'll kick this one right down Broadway. It'll be fielded by Boone on the far side. And he'll burst off the edge. That's not Boone, actually. It's 23, not 13. Steinledge on the return. And so this is where St. James will start, as they will start at their own
special teams tackler number 44,
30-yard line. Well, interesting, too, I mentioned veteran coaching staff, and this is a good group of guys for Paola to make adjustments at halftime. What kind of changes did they make to account for the speed, tempo, and preciseness. That's probably the most dangerous. And what are they doing to get more pressure on Burrett and keep him from being so savvy?
32-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 32. Pass, slant, across the middle, and he's got his intended receiver. Caught there by Joshua Kirby. It's an 8-yard pickup.
That's just way too easy. Just a simple slant route, and he was wide open. Paola's got to have some tighter coverage here. We know St. James is not going to lay off.
Brings up a 2nd down and 2 just across the 40-yard line. 3 wide receivers far side. Near side is Claiborne. Big time plays already in this one by him. Turn, handoff, White. And he'll get the 1st down and more, breaking tackles across midfield inside Panther territory. And Isaac Myers is going to buy a ticket. You're going to get a ride like that. About a 23-yard pickup by White. And that's the real X factor in there. Any team that can throw the ball and pass well and everything else, it's actually a 20-yard pickup. But if they can then turn around and hand it off and have a 20-yard pickup, then it's you can't pick your poison. You're going to have to find a way to stop both right now. And that is a tall task for any team.
Really, the stars have aligned tonight for St. James. White's had a big night. Other quarterbacks had a big night in Barrett, and along with Claiborne.
Barrett's going to run on a straight quarterback called draw, and it'll be a good pickup of 14 yards on 1st down and 10.
Quarterback run play, number 7.
They just keep you so off balance with their running game and their passing game. They go wide, they go up the middle. It's an impressive game plan for sure. Panthers have not had an answer for it yet defensively. All up to the 26-yard line, 1st down and 10 for St. James Academy. 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side. White will be just to the right of Barrett. Send Boone in motion across the formation. Straight drop, looking. Again, plenty of time. Pressure comes. Lets it fly. He's got White, and he just can't make the catch. When that ball was in the air, I thought he overthrew him by 10 yards.
Yeah.
Tracked it down, but he just couldn't make the catch.
You know, he put enough loft on it, and so, you know, they hit him right in the hands. That's a ball that he definitely wishes he would have caught, because that should have been 6 right there.
Falls incomplete to bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 21-yard line for the Thunder. Panthers need a stop desperately.
That's just a big break there for Paola. Now they need to capitalize.
Everybody tied to line of scrimmage. 4 wide receivers, though. Balanced either side. Barrett now flushed. Carr trying to get to him. Finally will get home. Jake Carr. Boy, he's been wanting to get that one all day long, and that's a big one right there. It's a loss of 10 yards, maybe 12 yards, 13 yards on the loss.
13-yard line.
All the way back to the 38-yard line. And for some reason, Barrett decided to double clutch late, and a big sack by Carr. And he was so hungry wanting that one, and he finally gets it.
He's been there all night chasing Barrett down, and Barrett finally, Carr was able to catch him, and that's a huge play. It's 3rd and 22 now. It couldn't have happened at a better time for Paola.
Down.
Here's Barrett. They'll hold him down. Now pressure comes. Bassett, they're going to get there, and he throws it. That is nobody out here. That has got to be intentional grounding. There's no wide receiver, and there comes the flag. So that'll be a loss of down and the penalty. And finally getting home a little bit. How about Demarius Bassett along with Isaac Brock Pitzner, but Bassett was the initial guy giving pressure. 6'2", 225, a senior. He's a good player for him. And it'll be a 4th down from right there. And maybe the first punt of the ball game for St. James Academy.
And it was perfect coverage downfield. Barrett didn't have anywhere to go, and the line just couldn't hold up. Good pressure there by Paola, forcing Barrett to just throw it away, and threw it to no one there for the easy intentional grounding call. Paola got that stop. This is exactly what we talked about that they needed.
We have not seen a punt yet from St. James Academy.
They're going to go for it looks like, unless they're going to pooch kick it.
Quick kick here from Barrett. And They don't get anybody back, and it's going to be a good play for them all the way down. Boy, they are just executing on all cylinders. That thing is down at the 1-inch line. I mean, flawless.
So Paola gets that stop, but it doesn't get any easier, BJ. They got to now go 99 yards to try to get some points on the board. But, they have to score here. You're down 31-14, 7:39 to go here in the third quarter. Still some time, but you got to go quick, and you got to go the length of the field. Must score here.
Yeah, 99.99 yards is where they've got to go. That ball, nose of the football, is literally almost on the goal line. So you can't make a big mistake here either. That's not what you're thinking necessarily, but it is. You don't want to make that big mistake. But can you make the big play? Make this a 10-point game with plenty of time left.
Paola just turn around and give it to Giovanni Blackie. He kind of just put the team on his back on that last drive.
Williams will settle under center. Straight drop. Throws it. He wants Robinson. Chicken fighting, and it's going to be incomplete.
Pass ball's incomplete.
James White's is a normal human being. He's an incredible running back, but also he's out in coverage against the number 1 wide receiver of the other team. That's not normal.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty awesome.
White's an athlete, and we second game I've gotten to see him now, and he does everything for this team.
It'll be an incomplete pass to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Again, the ball's at the goal line essentially.
I get the play call, maybe trying to catch him napping here, but I would have turned around and ran to the ball. Got a great running back in Blackie.
End around, Blackie got to get out of the backfield. He will. He'll pick up a good gain up across the 5, up near the 7-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3, maybe 4. We'll give him a gain of 6 on it.
So far, this may be the biggest 3rd down of the night for Paola coming up.
No doubt about it. 7:15 to play in the third quarter. "12 seconds on the play clock, still plenty of time. Garrett Williams under center. Strop ball batted last minute. Somebody threw a paw up and knocked that one away. That was number 11, Holden Archer. That was going to be a 1st down if he gets through Archer, but he can't get it through there as he was just peeling back. And Robinson was going to be able to catch that and make a 1st down. It falls incomplete, but a big play by Archer.
Yeah, Robinson was wide open.
Somebody down below says, go for it.
Yeah, you really can't go for it here. You turn it over here. It's pretty much ball game. You turn it over to the defense. The defense is coming alive here so far in the second half.
Williams, the punt. He'll get a kick into this one. He needs to take a roll. It'll bounce out of bounds, so St. James will have pretty good field position.
40-yard punt.
As they will start inside Panther territory at the 47-yard line. Here with 6:52 to play.
Yeah, well, good field position for St. James. Paola had to do the right thing. Just now got to get a stop, get a turnover, do whatever you can, get pressure on the quarterback still. Force Barrett to just make a play.
2 wide receivers on the far side. The slot will be Claiborne. Watch number 3. 2 wide receivers near side. In the backfield is White behind Barrett. Look to flip it out to him perhaps. No, he'll let it throw it underneath. There's your interception. Going the other way. It's Garrett Williams with a pick, and he's going the other direction. Momentum hopefully swinging back in favor of the Paola Panthers.
And that is why you punted that football, because you did not want to give it to St. James inside the 10-yard line. We said if they're able to force a turnover here, get their offense back on the field, we got a ball game. Paola's got a chance here to score now. This game the momentum is flipped, BJ, all so far in the second half.
It was a good drive to come out of the locker room that has helped them get a little bit of momentum, feel like they got a little I think I can, and now a turnover defensively. Back-to-back stops the defense has had. Is it too little, too late? We'll see. Turn, handover. Giovanni Blackie, he's been the man. He had a 40-plus yard run on the first drive. He had the touchdown run of 10 yards as well. Here he picks up about 3.
Gain of 3 on the play.
And it will be a 2nd down and 7. One thing you can't do if you're Paola is waste a lot of time. These long, waiting for a long time to get plays in and taking 20, 30 seconds every time to get a play call. I know you don't want to be rushing here in the third quarter, but you're down long enough you need to. Kick out for Black. He's got the edge. Across the 35, puts it upfield, knocked it out of bounds at about the 29-yard line, but it's a first down on a 12-yard run. Gain of 12 on the play. It'll bring up a first down and 10 at the 29.
And that option play to Blackie has worked all night long, man. That's been one of their better plays. If you give Blackie some space, it's good night. He's been able to just torch St. James so far when he gets in space.
Hard count, free 5. Well, what's good about that option kick outside is if he's got the edge, he'll take it. But if he doesn't have the edge, he's not afraid to pull it back down. We saw a big stiff arm on a good gain of about 8 yards on that same play earlier. And how about a free 5 yards, bring up first down and 5.
Yeah, free 5 yards. St. James looks all out of sorts right now.
.545 and counting here in the third. Turn, handoff, Blackie. And it'll be close to a first down. He's going to be just shy. Late hits coming all around. And Giovanni will have to pick himself up off the turf, get ready to go again. Just shy of the 20, bring up a second down and about 1.
Giovanni Blackie with the carry. Tackle made near the line to gain.
Paola.
Him down to the 20-yard
You're giving the ball back to Blackie here. Just pick up that first down.
Second down and short. Turn. Play action. Wants Pitzer on a little wheel route. Pitzer's got to go up and get it. Cannot. There's the James White. He's bugging him on both ends of the field. And it'll be falling complete. It'll bring up a third down and 1. That's a good play call, I think, on a second and very short.
Yeah, you know, you're able to take a shot there. But now you got to get the first down. You just got to pick it up.
Now the officials are going to stop play. Yeah, somehow the football had managed to wiggle its way all the way up to the 19. Now they'll go on the whistle. First down. About 2, maybe 3 yards. 2 yards on the carry. On the quarterback keeper.
Smart play there. Just pick up that first down. You still got to go fast.
First down and 10 from the 19-yard line. Pitzer in motion. Turn. Handoff. Blackie bounces it. Cuts back against. He's got the first down. Penalty flag is out there. And likely a holding penalty. This is likely coming back.
That's could be a derailing penalty because it's must-score time for Paola. You do not want to go backwards.
Holding on the offense.
Yep, that'll back them up. Well, the flag's sitting at the 15-yard line. Okay. I thought they were going to mark that from the line of scrimmage. No, they mark it from the spot. So it'll be first down and about 16, maybe 17. It's right, that yard marker's right in the middle of it, so officially 16. Trying to make this a 10-point ball game after trailing 31-7 at halftime. But Robinson throw the slant underneath. He's got the catch. He'll make back a good portion of the penalty yardage as he'll get it all the way up around the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by Paola. They read the soft coverage there and just a simple slant. Robinson was wide open. Was able to get half of it back.
10-yard pitch and catch there to Robinson. Second down and 6. Turn, handoff, quick hitter, face mask. Audie gets away, and he's going to have the first down and more. Good run on the quick hitter by Fletcher Audie, a gain of 11 on a second down and 6. It'll be first and goal at the 4.
Yeah, just a really good run there. Broke a tackle, and then he was free. Paola's got to punch it in now.
Got to punch it in now. For sure. 3:30 to play in the third quarter. Two wide receivers far side. The slot will be Pitzer. The wide receivers Robinson. Tight end near side's Card. Wing to the far side is Blackie. And then the fullback is Audie. They'll quarterback keep it. He'll cut back against it. Great lead for the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. 13 unanswered for the Panthers coming out of the locker room.
It is just all Paola right now. Has a chance to cut it to 10.
8-play, 56-yard drive. And capped off on the 4-yard run.
That was another fast drive. Didn't eat up too much of the clock.
And the kick is up, and it's good.
Extra point is up and good.
Somebody attended the Jackson Millman motivational series, and they are back to within 10 here with 3:08 to play in the third quarter.
Hey, I never give up. They should just ask me to go down there and rally the troops in that locker room.
Win one for the Gipper.
But yeah, this was not over. BJ, we got a ball game now.
Yep.
We got 15 minutes of football to go. It's all Paola right now. If they're able to get another stop, man, St. James.
It wasn't like Paola had any momentum going to the locker room that they could hang on either. I mean, they just didn't. They kind of, that whole first half or the half kind of floundered down the stretch. They had the interception, then they did get it back, but then they weren't able to get much going. So there wasn't like they were carrying momentum into the second half. But that opening drive they went down and scored on was the difference. Certainly to give them some momentum.
Really, those first two drives for St. James right now are the difference in this game because Paola stuck to their game plan running the football. Because last week, Lewisburg's running back, Brandon Weideman, he had 286 rushing yards against St. James. And Paola stuck to it. They ran the ball this second half, even though they were down 31-7. Sticking to the game plan, and it's working. They have not gone away from that.
Interception by Garrett Williams led to that touchdown as well. So Garrett gets the INT. Then an onside. Do they get it back? We'll see. They're excited. Brock Pitzer, no. Leighton Moore's already celebrating. He knows it happened. He comes to the near side. If he's half as confident, now his other young counterpart gets up off, and Paola thinks they had it. They are frustrated.
Looks like it's
Garrett
going to
Williams
St.
in
James.
there. Caden Ramey thought they had it as well, and they do give it to St. James Academy. Coach Dumpert's out at the hash.
And man, Paola, they were confident they had that football.
I mean, Leighton Moore, the confidence Leighton Moore had was, that's like me going to a buffet knowing I'm going to feel bad afterwards. That's how confident I am. He was that confident.
He was, and man, would that have been a huge play for Paola.
It would have been a nice gift. It's certainly not necessary. You can't let that affect the next play. Turn, hand off White. You can't tackle defensive linemen. That's been happening all day long. 71 has been just jumping right on top and grabbing Jake Carr and pulling him to the ground. They have not called that yet. Ends up being a 9-yard run there by.
And that was a missed call right there. That was on. It should have been a holding call on Harry Spencer. He literally tackled Carr to the ground. Just a missed call there by the flags or by the refs.
A 9-yard pickup by White. 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Burrett with White behind him. Got the first down and more. Been grabbing his coattails. He's still falling forward. I mean, he gets some hidden yardage all the time. That's a 14-yard pickup.
34, James White tripped up near the 40. They'll mark him forward progress up
Coaches
to the
and
35-yard
fans
line.
definitely not liking what's going on. If you're Paola, you cannot be rattled by this. You just got to buckle down. It's still a ball game.
Yeah, maybe the almost onside was almost having negative effects, that you thought you had it and then you kind of lose focus for a minute. When they had a turnover, they had back-to-back stops, they've had back-to-back scores, and now here they are back against the wall again. Toss sweep, White finds a hole and hit hard. Good hard tackle.
Toss play goes number
I don't know who made it, but looking at how it was tackled, it looks like an Isaac Brackner tackle. I think that's who it was. And it's a gain of about 6 or 7.
That's just a tough play to make. I mean, White got it, and he was just full force ahead. So tough to break down, and we've seen that tonight. Both these running backs have had big games.
Second down and 4. Stomping is not our friend in the broadcast world. Here's a quarterback keep it by Burrett, and he is going to be brought down. And it'll be a gain of about 4 yards. And it'll be enough for a first down. I'll tell you one thing, with a spread team and a team that wants to run fast and run a bunch of plays, they're pretty physical. I mean, up front, those guys, there's some big nasties up there. Harry Spencer, number 71, is big, strong, 6'2", 268. Got a little bit of a mean streak, I think, to him, that right tackle. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Shotgun set here. Turn, handoff, White. Going to be brought down, but Bassett trying to bring him down. Now some help will come from his friends. It's one of the first times they've been able to make a play at the line of scrimmage and get it done, and it needed about 5 guys to get him down. Not much there. And it ends up being a modest gain of 1 yard on it.
You almost need multiple guys to take White down. When it's one-on-one, he's going to win that battle 9 out of 10 times. So you got to have multiple guys there to get White down. He's just too tough.
Waning moments of the third quarter. 10-point ball game with St. James driving. Second down and 9. Don't see much of Claiborne in this second half. Turn, handoff White again. He's got a head of steam going this time. And he's going to be up near the 10-yard line. It'll be a first down carry. And about 14, maybe 13 yards on the carry.
Paola had a guy back there trying to make the stop, but White just made a cut. Made him miss. He's done that all night.
That's going to do it. They're not going to run another play before the fourth quarter begins. 31-21, Panthers need to stop here. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Hey, where you going? Can't get by me. I'm number 1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number 1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am the king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
Up on your feet. Insert team name, can't be beat. That's the, I've heard that chant with every mascot under the sun. And this time it's the Paola Panthers trying to get these guys up and going. They need all the help they can get. It's first down and 10 from the 11-yard line for St. James Academy. They're chewing up yards. They've had plays of 9, 14, 7, 13. I mean, they are moving the ball.
They got to get a turnover here, hold them to a field goal.
White. Just into the end zone, touchdown.
Or give up a touchdown. That is just so derailing because it goes back to 3 possessions.
34, James White.
11-yard touchdown run by White. That's a 7-play, 58-yard drive. Took over 3.5 minutes off the clock, nearly.
St. James there. They just went back to their best player and just said, here, we're going to give it to you. You do what you do.
Point after attempt coming. Snaps back, holds down, kick is up. And it's good. 37-38 to 21. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football. Presented by Go Brawley.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible and dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
(38-21), 11:54 to play here in the ball game. Paola Panthers.
Well, if you're Paola, you just got to do what you've done so far in your 2 offensive drives. They've scored quick. Now, how much really can you run the ball? I mean, obviously, you still got about 12 minutes. You can run the ball, but you're going to have to start airing it out as well.
You run the ball because that's been your best play. I mean, if the passing game has been there at times. Off the chest of Pitzer, he's going to have a near side return. Brock just lowers his head and drives across the 25 up near the 27, maybe 28-yard line. That's where Panthers will start this with 11:48 to play.
And you're right about that. It's been their best play, but now you're down 3 possessions. If it was 2 possessions, that's a little different ball game, a little different story. 3 possessions, though, running every play, eating up some clock. They're just going to have to be balanced.
28-yard line is where this one will start. Most of the fourth quarter yet to go. Williams under center. Turn, nope, gonna pass it. Once Robinson down the middle. Robinson's got some open running room. Makes a catch with his hands all the way up across the 45 rather, up near the 42-yard line. A big-time pitch and catch of about 30 yards, right at it, about 31 yards on the pitch and catch to Bo Robinson.
What a throw by Williams and what a catch by Robinson. Did exactly what I just said. You got to stay balanced. You got to be able to throw, and you got to be able to run here.
First down and 10 now at the 41-yard line. Williams. Turn, handoff, quick hitter for Fletcher Audie. He's got a big hole. Fletcher still dragging a defender. Buy a bus ticket if you're going to ride the train all the way up to the 15-yard line. What a run by Fletcher Audie, man. He drugged that dude for about 10 yards. 27-yard run by Fletcher Audie, and boy, they are right in business.
Audie drug him for, like you said, probably a good 10 yards. He was all over his back, just dragging him.
First down and 10 at the 14-yard line now for the Panthers. Drive that started at their own 28 2 plays ago. Williams rolling, looking, in the flat, wanting a guy. Throw it away, young man. Let the play another down. And he will finally throw it out of bounds. It'll be second down and 10.
Dangerous throw there, even though it was thrown away. St. James was able to get their hand on it.
So it will bring up a second down. And 10 here for the Panthers.
4 down territory for Paola. They got to punch it in. They've been able to get down the field quickly here on 3 plays.
Turn, handoff, Blackie. He's going to be up near the 5-yard line. He'll have the first down up to the 3. It's a gain of 12 on the play.
I keep that no huddle going too. I'm Paola. I just try to get to the outside with Blackie once again. They've been able to do that all night long. He's been able to turn the corner.
Turn into the end zone. Touchdown for Giovanni Blackie. Punches it in, and the Panthers make quick work of that drive. Where was that all night long? And ends up being about a 4-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie. And just like that, they're trying to stay in this thing. Back to a 10-point or 11-point game with a point after forthcoming.
And it did. It started off with the big pass, and then they got down there, first and goal. Gave it to Blackie on the sweep, and he was able to get to the outside and score.
And Ian Hyde will kick it through the uprights. Back to a 10-point game with 10:49 to go. Don't go anywhere. This one's far from over. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Line.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed. and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit gobrawley.com. Go Brawley, it just works.
You got the Lady Gaga going hard inside the venue tonight.
Not my first choice of a pump-up song, but it'll do.
I'm in a house full of girls. This is a daily song in my house. I have a 13-year-old. I have a teenager in the house starting on Monday, Jackson. Can you believe that? That is not normal. I'm not okay with that. Our normal camera girl got the weekend off because of her birthday. And so happy birthday, Q. Pretty special little kid.
Got any birthday plans?
And, I don't know. My wife's got something figured out. Sleepovers, I think, or virtual sleep. I don't know what's going on. I'm making a video. I know that. From everybody saying happy birthday.
There you go.
Got to get this one here. Well, it was there for a second. Just not quite fast enough to get to the onside kick. So now you're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, get the stop. That's where St. James will start with pretty good field position.
They got the high bounce they wanted. Just weren't able to get down the field. So now Paola, they're able to force another turnover here. They're leading the turnover battle, 2-1.
So they start at their own 47-yard line. That last drive, 5 plays, 72 yards, took 59 seconds off the clock. Capped off on a 4-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie, his second touchdown of the game, I believe. At least 2. They're spread out all over the place. Toss outside, 4. Oh, it's on the ground. Loose ball, Panther ball. They got it! A toss sweep to LaJames White, and Fletcher Audie comes up with it. The senior makes a huge recovery, and the Panthers are back in business, baby. 38-28, 10:44 to play in this ball game. They're going to have the ball deep on the Thunder's side of the field.
It was a clean pitch. It just went right through White's hands, and Paola gets a huge turnover. That is the second time in this half that St. James has had a one-play drive resulting in a turnover. It is all Paola right now. If they're able to punch it in here, they have a chance to cut it to 3.
They're going to start at the St. James 42-yard line. Turn, handoff, Giovanni Blackie. Cuts back, and he's going to be upended or out the 40-yard line. The falling on top of people at the end of the plays is something that officials they've got to monitor that. If I'm a coach, I'm saying, hey, 53 doesn't have any business being in there on that last play and falling on top of somebody. That's going to get somebody hurt. So they will start there. 2nd down and 7 after a 3-yard run by Blackie. So our Trojans are going to come up just short. 13-12. That is a brutal one. And LaJames will get it right back. Penalty flag. Nobody's moving at the line of scrimmage. Not sure what the call is. They will finally tackle him. There is a penalty flag sitting down at the line of scrimmage. Note the offensive line and stuff are just kind of standing around it for a second. Clapping is Fletcher Audie. So this thing may come back. Giovanni Blackie, though, a little bit shaken up on the play, I believe, or Jake Carr.
Paola may have had a free play, and that may have been why they aired it deep.
It's, I believe it is Carr. You can see Blackie back there at the huddle. Can't really see. I just looked at the numbers.
So it looked like they called a face mask?
I don't know. I do not know.
Gave the face mask signal, so it's going to stay Paola ball.
Gosh darn it.
So it could be a big break for Paola there.
Injury, they'll work on him. He got up and was walking around for a minute and then went back down. So we will let them deal with that. We will take a quick break. We'll come back. Panthers should have the football despite the penalty. We'll see, but they're moving everything kind of down to that end. We'll see how they sort things out after we get back. They get Jake Carr up, and now he is up. We'll just go ahead and keep it here then. Don't forget, Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Experience a new kind of internet with Go Brawley. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit gobrawley.com. And after the penalty, I never did see an indication, did you?
Yeah, he gave the face mask sign, so that's what I saw. That was the signal he gave. And, yeah, it looks like they moved it up.
15 yards.
15 yards.
Mask,
Yep,
penalty.
that's the call. Face mask is the call. So Paola gets a big break because they threw a pick.
At the 26-yard line now. They are in business. Without their tight end, however. They'll bring in Caden Ramey. He'll be at that near side tight end. Turn, handoff, Giovanni Blackie. He's got some blockers out in front of him. And he's going to be brought down. That looked like it was going to be a bigger play than it was, but it's still a good one across the 20, up near the 18-yard line, 17-yard line. And it'll be a gain of about 8, maybe 9 yards on the run.
That hole closed quickly. It was White and Holden Artzer were there to make that stop. Otherwise, it could have been a big, big play.
If you're just joining us, Panthers trying to overcome an early 17-0 hole they dug in the early minutes of the game. Before kind of anything had even happened, they were down by 2 scores, and the field goal was at 17-0 at one point. They trailed 31-7 at halftime. And they have tried to answer back this time, though. Stopped. Not much there. Helmets come off at the end.
Side handoff, number 7, Giovanni Blackie.
Officials will stop play. He's not going to have the first down. In fact, may have lost a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down when they set this for play.
It looks like because Blackie's helmet came off, he's going to have to sit out one play.
It's supposed to be if forced off. If it's not, if it looked forced off, like somebody took it off or it ended up getting off because of the play. If that's the case, then
yeah, and I think you're right because he just came back into the game.
3rd down and short. 3rd down and about 1.5. Ball needs to theoretically get to the about 16-yard line, and now officials stop play. It's been kind of a clunky year of late. Long delays and such. If Paola's able to punch one in and get this thing to within 3 with even 7 minutes left, it's one of the better return or comebacks I've seen in a while. At the high school level, you just have less opportunities, less time, 12-minute quarters.
There's enough time in this game, though, for Paola just to run their offense.
Quarterback keeper by Williams. Got to get the first down. He's got the first down across the 15, up near the 12, maybe 13-yard line. And that's what they needed, a gain of about 5 yards on the run by Garrett Williams.
6 yards.
They called it 6-yard pickup officially. And it's up to the 12-yard line. First down and 10 at the 12. Clock ticks under 9 minutes. Hard count. They don't get them, so they'll look to the sidelines for the play call. Turn. Handoff. Fletcher Audie breaks the 1 tackle. He's across the 5 up near the 4-yard line. It's a gain of 9 on the play. Well, Fletcher Audie has been Johnny on the spot. Well, they've needed him. He's been there for about 8 or 9 yards each time. And it will bring up a 2nd down and 2.
It's a very underrated 1-2 punch Paola's got.
Second down and 2. Williams, turn, handoff, Audie again towards the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! Fletcher Audie from 4 yards out, and the Panthers are in business. How about them apples?
So they get the break with the penalty because of the turnover. And now Paola, an extra point away from being down just a field goal.
38-34. Ian Hyde to kick the point after attempt. Snaps back, holds down, kick is on the way, and it is good. Panthers are back into this one. I will be completely honest, I had lost quite a bit of faith.
I'm telling you,
you had never
BJ.
lost it. You're the guru. We're back at 30. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
$38-35. I didn't think I'd say those numbers tonight. What a comeback by the Panthers. What tremendous grit. It wasn't like they were just down. I mean, they were down and out. It was not good. The energy was bad. St. James Academy was doing basically everything they wanted to do offensively. Couldn't get stops, couldn't move the ball at times. They've been fairly successful offensively. Paola has that long drive that was stopped at the one, though. You think about that score, take it, put it on the board. Different ball game. But now you got to make a stop. One more stop is what you need. You think you can score if you get it. One more stop. What a play! Caden Ramey, man-child, coming out there and making the play.
Just look at the energy of this Paola bench compared to St. James right now. It is dead silent over there for the Thunder. Credit the coaching staff for Paola. Down 31-7. They stuck to their game plan knowing this team would score. This team was good enough to get some stops and force some turnovers. And credit Mike Dumford right now tonight to get Paola right back in this football game.
Got to get a stop, though. Can't have that big play over the top. That would change things dramatically. Down by 3 looks pretty good. Turn, handoff, White. Runs into his play. Now help needs to come. It finally does get there. A modest gain of about a yard. Finally get a stop on LeJames White. I mean, he has had probably 2 runs, maybe 3, that have been limited to about a yard or 2. The rest of them have been big gainers. And
he has.
Crowd's getting into it as well.
Off tackles. But another play there, we saw multiple guys get to him, and that's how you have to stop White.
2nd down and 8. 2 wide receivers far side, 2 to the near side. White behind quarterback Burrett. He'll send Boone in motion. Straight drop, looking, lets it fly down the sideline. He wanted Claiborne, he can't make the catch. Credit to Nick Walker doing all he can for Claiborne just to try to stay there. And then obviously Garrett Williams is trying to hustle over the top in case that is caught, that he can be there. But he just can't quite pull it down. And it brings up a 3rd down and 8.
Pretty decent throw. Claiborne had the step on his defender, just wasn't able to haul it in. Had to go sliding for it. But I'm sure that's one Claiborne he wishes he had back.
Third down and 8. Blitz comes. Bring it up the middle by Brackner. Trying to get home. Can they get him down? That's intentional grounding again. That's going to be another. They're going to call him down. That's going to be a break for St. James Academy because that should be another 10 yards backwards. Panther does get home. Brackner. And how about Jake Carr back into the ball game after being out with an injury a moment ago. But there's going to be 4th down and a punting situation here. And a sack by Carr. And they brought Brackner on a blitz. And he got home along with Jake. And the Panthers, plenty of time and the ball. Hopefully. Burrett, he'll boot this one. He had a beauty earlier. Williams is going to just let it bounce. That's a wise move by that young man. You just want the football. And this thing's going to take a good roll. It'll bounce all the way up to about the 27-yard line. But Paola has the football down by 3 with 6:35 to play here in the ball game. Again, Paola was down 17-0 early on in this ball game. St. James scored on the first play from scrimmage on a 65-yard pass on a trick play. They got an onside kick after that, scored 5 plays later on a LeJames White 5-yard touchdown run. It was 14-0 less than 2 minutes into the game. 3 and out, a field goal by St. James Academy made it 17-0. Panthers do answer with a nice long drive, and now they need another nice long drive here. Start at their own 27. Turn handoff, Giovanni Blackie. Dives near the 30-yard line.
Number 7, Giovanni Blackie.
Enough time, though, for Paola just to still run their offense, run the ball with Blackie now. He's had the hot hand all night.
Well, and the gamesmanship you start thinking about, too. 6 minutes. You don't want to give them the ball back. It's not like, I mean, you're probably not going to score twice. So at the most, best case scenario, you've got a 4-point lead. How much time are you going to let St. James Academy have if you can score?
That's a real good question because we know St. James can move it down quick.
Fletcher Audie on the quick hitter by the fullback. And what another guy that's had a ball game is Sam Schmidt. 55 for them. He's been a player. And listen to the DN. He plays mostly linebackers. A gain of 2 on the carry by Audie.
Does this become 4-down territory, do you think?
Probably. Third down, a long 5, short 6. Williams, pitch it out, Blackie. And he is not going to have the first down to get across the 35 up near the 34, 36 rather. And yeah, I think you do. I think you have to in this situation.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Blackie's got to put his shoe back on. Clock is running though. Play clock is running. Usually officials will let you stop the clock, but they'll get under. 4th down. Turn. They're going to pass on 4th down. Throw it out. Robinson. They gave it to him or not?
I think he caught that football.
I think it hit the ground. But I think they're going to give him the catch. They do. I think it hit the ground.
It may have, but, you know, credit Robinson. That ball was moving, and he had some strong hands to bring that in.
That was a real gutsy call. But doesn't matter. Reality is what it is.
You can't review it. It's not college.
I will. In about an hour, I'll be watching this one at home. 43-yard line, a completion to the senior Robinson, who's come up big a few times. Turn, handoff, Blackie. Makes up to about the 45, a gain of 2.
You know, in that first half, all the breaks seemed to go to St. James, but now that's kind of flipped the switch, and they're all starting to now tend to go towards Paola.
Good call. 2nd down and about 8 from the 45-yard line. 4:10 to play in the ball game. 38-35. It was 31-7 at halftime. Second down and 8. Williams under center. Turn. Keep it. I don't think he intended to keep it, but it opened up a little bit. It ends up being a gain of 4 to bring up another 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, it's just a.
When you get into the mindset, we're definitely going for it on 4th down, and now you are for sure, it changes your play calls on 3rd down a little bit. And somebody jumped on that far side. A rare mistake on that far side. Jake Carr, nope, Jake Carr's on the near side. Just got to shake it off, though, if you're that young man. The tackle on the right side. You win some, you lose some. You play as many snaps as you do by the time you're a senior in high school. And Alan Puser, you're gonna jump off sides. You don't want it to be untimely, but that's a pretty untimely one. But you got to overcome it. It cannot go into the next play.
3rd and 9, though, definitely is a lot different than 3rd and 4.
Straight drop. Robinson again, throw it underneath. He is hit hard. It gets the penalty yardage back. It's up to the 50-yard line. It brings up a 4th down and 2. Far side coaches wanted an incomplete pass. Bo Robinson might be the beneficiary of a couple of questionable calls, but that ends up being a pitch and catch of about 7 or 8 yards. And now we look at 4th down again and a timeout to be taken. Pretty good timeout. Pretty big 4th down coming up from midfield. 2:50 to play in this ball game. 38-35. We're back in 30. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
2:50 to play. Time is not the big of a deal right now because you just really want to focus on getting that first down. But it's 4th down and 3. Every bit of 3. It's got to get all the way up to the 47-yard line to be a first down. It's the 8th play of this drive coming up. Started with 6:38 to play after they forced a 3-and-out. The first 3-and-out of the game, I believe, of St. James Academy came when it absolutely had to. Now a 4th down conversion has to come when it absolutely has to. They'll go back to Robinson. They do. Intercepted. Intercepted by Isaac Snow. Holden Artzer.
By the Academy's number 11, Holden Artzer.
Remember that pass that was going to be a conversion and he got a hand on it that one time down there? It was the exact same route, and this time he got both hands on it.
Yeah, it was just a slant pattern, and he just jumped her out.
I thought there was a slight chance there was going to be a double move there. And if they had ran that double move, then I think Robinson might have been wide open over the top because they were pretty aggressive on it. He does get knocked out of bounds shy of the goal line. So there's still a little bit of a think you can perhaps in this Panther team down there, but they are backs against the wall here. What has been a phenomenal comeback may come up a little short after what was a rare mistake. That is just the 2nd interception on the season by Garrett Williams, who is going to turn in one of his coach, who's been a head coach for I think almost 30 years and has been a part of this program for more than 40 years, said he's probably the best quarterback he's ever had. That's pretty good praise. And that is not the way he's going to want to end things, but it most likely is. And it'll be a run by James White for a gain of about 40 yards.
Really, what Paola needs is they need a penalty that's going to bring St. James back. Make it a lot harder on them.
Second down and goal from the 3, just inside the 3. It ain't over till it's over. You're going to need a big stop here or some kind of very fortunate turnover. Burrett, that shotgun set. Snap back, hand to White, into the end zone, touchdown.
Touchdown for the senior number 34, James White.
Some shenanigans after the fact. Frustration perhaps boiling over. Not the way they wanted things to go, but you certainly don't want to end that way either.
They flag down
this will
at
be
the end of the
assessed on
play.
the kickoff, I believe. Unsportsmanlike penalty.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Panthers.
Well, you're Paola. What this comes back to is really the start of the game, the hole you put yourselves in.
Yep. The first 2 minutes of the game affected the final 2 minutes. You're just not going to have enough time to dig out of that hole whenever you have to answer back with an offense that's explosive as this St. James team is. And the kick is up, and it'll be good as well. 45.
The extra point is up and good.
To 35. Just under 2 minutes to play. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Remaining.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawly. It just works. Go Brawly is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Priced right. With plans starting at $34.95. No throttling. No tricks. More upload speed. And the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawly.com. Go Brawly. It just works.
$45-35. I do think if you ask coaches and you say, "Hey, we looked at the crystal ball, and St. James Academy scored 45 points," they go, "Oh, we probably lost it." I mean, because they weren't going to get in the track meet. They couldn't afford to. I know the coach said in the interview, on the pregame interview, he said, "I know they're going to score. We know they're going to score on us. It's just we have to limit the number of scores, and 45 is too many to overcome for this Paola offensive team that's pretty good, and had some big plays down the stretch. And boy, Talk about character to stay in this one. Down 31-7 at halftime. They come back and get to within 3, and just eventually it's going to be too much of coming back. You kind of run out of gas a little bit, and then a really good interception. But, you know, the interception came on a 4th down and 4. It wasn't a guarantee anyway, but it also didn't need to be. It was going to be returned all the way back to the 5-yard line. So what do you do here offensively? You've got to keep working. You got to try to make something happen. You know, scoring an onside kick, it's back on again, but just under 2 minutes to play, that's a tall order. Javani Blackie, I think, cramp it up a little bit. He's going to come off the field.
Got to air it out if you're able to score quick. I believe Paola still has 2 timeouts left.
Williams going to let it throw down the field. Wants Robinson, and Bo knocked out of his hands.
Pass ball's incomplete from Williams, intended to number 14, Bo Robinson.
James White is a different kind of cat.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he does it on both sides of the field, just making plays all over the place.
I mean, he looks like Darren Sproles. He built like him. I mean, that stocky, low to the ground build, but to be built like that and be able to cover in the passing game against the number 1 wide receiver, I'm telling you, it's just not normal. It's impressive.
He's fearless, that's for sure.
2nd down and 10. Turn, hand off. Through the hole. Big run. Gain of 10 plus on a quick hitter to Fletcher Oddie. Nope, that's Brock Pitzer.
Ball carrier number 20, Brock Pitzer. Step 1st down yardage on the run play.
Throws one up again, out of bounds. And it will stop the clock with 1:40 to play. And we're going to have a 2nd down and 10 from the 32-yard line. I believe Tonganoxie won. They'll advance. How many other scores? I'm sure Miege advanced as well. That's a big-time matchup next week. It'll be Tonganoxie and Bishop Miege. And until I saw St. James Academy play, I thought, if that's the way it goes, that's the East Side Championship in the sectionals. But after seeing St. James Academy, who knows?
Pass falls incomplete.
It falls incomplete to bring up 3rd down and 12. Minute 35 to play.
Coverage once again, number 30.
Paola, you don't want to just drop back and just chuck it up in the air. You need to run a route. Still use the middle of the field. Just kind of go quickly. Because they're doing whatever they can, St. James, to take away the outside.
Third down and 10 with a long way to go. Turn, hand off. Pitzer again. Rock working hard as he can. Brock Pitzer will likely be in the
Fletcher Oddie with the carry.
Game here at that fullback spot. Well, that was Fletcher Oddie actually on the carry. I thought it was Pitzer again. Oddie in at fullback. 4th down and 5. One minute to play. Play action. Flip it out. Jake Carr, incomplete. Turnover on downs.
Pass ball's incomplete from Williams, intended to number 1, Jake Carr. Academy Thunder will take over on downs.
And those emotions will start to wash over you now. If you're watching those guys in black, it's big boys crying, big tears.
It's going to be Paola's first loss of the season, and it's just a tough way
outside the
to go out.
After the conclusion of tonight's
ball. Well, in the last 2 years, this group of kids has went 10-1 and 9-1.
Defense track area after the game.
8-1. So they have won 18-2 in 2 years. That's a pretty good year, pretty good seasons. Really good. But both coming up short of what they wanted. And I really did. I mean, I told every person I came in contact. This is the first time I've been able to chance to kind of watch this level of football. And I'm telling you right now, every person I came in contact with that wanted to listen to me, I told them how darn good the Paola Panthers were, and that I was probably watching a team that could win a state championship. And I still believe that. I don't doubt that one bit. In fact, we were talking off air. He said this thing goes differently. I mean, these two teams play 10 times. I think it's probably a 5-5 maybe. 6-4 in favor of Paola. I think that the running style, if it goes well early, can be a benefit that they would be able to grind out a win. But just the explosiveness of St. James Academy too much tonight, and it's going to be a shocker across the 4A world.
It is. It's just, when you put yourself in a hole like that, it's just so tough to overcome it. No matter who you are, no matter who you're playing, what seed you are, 1 versus 9, it doesn't matter. Anytime you put yourself in a 31-7 hole, it's just really hard to climb out of it.
Well, tough way to end the season here for Paola. The final score will be 45-35.
Winner of a regional championship.
They will move on to take on either Eudora or Basehor-Linwood.
I believe they will play Basehor-Linwood next.
Basehor-Linwood, they think, is who they would play. That game might be 100 to 101 between those two teams. I mean, talk about different styles. But if it's Basehor-Linwood, they'll be playing that one. And then, obviously, we mentioned Tonganoxie and Bishop Miege will be the other side of the bracket. And so 9-1. 8-1 on the year. And 8-1 is how this one's going to end. St. James Academy wins this regional, and a tough pill to swallow for the Paola Panther faithful. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, wrap things up here tonight from Paola. Final score, 45-35. Panthers fall to St. James Academy. We'll talk about it next. You're watching it on Paola Sports Live.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call us at
913-247-3530.
I'm back out here one final time to Paola High School side of this one. They've been tremendous hosts for us all season long. It's going to come up end a little prematurely. Paola was the number 1 seed. They would have been hosting throughout the playoffs, but that ends tonight by that score right there you see on your screen, 45-35, as the St. James Academy Thunder will advance to the sectional round, and they will play Basehor-Linwood. And St. James, they have played before already this year, I do believe, as those two teams played back in week 3, and 42-35 was the final on that one. So pick your poison around the Metro next week. You can go watch St. James Academy play Basehor-Linwood or watch Tonganoxie play Bishop Miege. I think all of those are going to be tremendously competitive. I believe St. James will host. They would be the higher seed, 8 on the East. Let's see, St. James 9, and Basehor is, 4. So Basehor will host. And so Basehor will host St. James Academy next week. Tonganoxie will host Bishop Miege in Class 4A. And just blew my weekend plans next week all the way out of the water. But it's been a lot of fun watching these guys play this season. It has certainly been tremendous to be able to be a part of this Paola program and all the help we've gotten from Mr. Hines and Mr. Gangaman, as well as they've helped us take care of things up here. We'll be back for winter sports season. Starting to look at basketball schedules, look at winter wrestling schedules as well. We'll put those out on our Facebook page. Make sure you follow us at Paola Sports Live, facebook.com/Paola Sports Live or PaolaSportsLive.com. We'll have those schedules up probably shortly, early next week sometime, as we start to turn our attention now to the winter season. Tremendous young men, tremendous game, and it just came up a little bit short. Showed a lot of heart down the stretch, but falls short in this one, 45-35. Thanks to our support as well. Thanks to Go Brawley. Those guys are phenomenal to jump on board and help us out with this, and we will continue to be presented by Go Brawley all winter long as well. And thanks to the kind words from some of the parents and families, we appreciate that, and we'll continue to do as good a job as we can to bring and put these kids up on a pedestal and show them the love that they certainly deserve by going out there and putting forth the effort. Thanks a lot, Jackson. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, it was a tremendous football game. Just wasn't able to end up our way.
So, your Class 4A on the East. St. James again at Base or Linwood next week. Bishop Miege at Tonganoxie next week as well. You'll be able to watch that Tonganoxie game at TonganoxieSportsLive.com. Final score, 45-35. Panthers fall here tonight to St. James Academy. You watched it on your home for Paola High School Athletics, Paola Sports Live.
You've been watching Panther Athletics on Paola Sports Live. Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more at GoBrawley.com. Also by Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, Dr. Laura's Orthodontics, and Miami County Dance Movement. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your new home for the Panthers, Paola Sports Live.